Do you know? Do you have a sound record?
Yes.
Do you have a sound record? Can you produce a sound record? No, you can't.
Hey, yo.
Wait, no, let him finish.
Can I finish?
Let him finish.
Can I
What you
finish?
do? Let him
I just
finish.
gotta see the rest of the list because he kind of punchy. I'm not gonna lie.
Season me, daddy.
Go
This is
ahead,
what I was
bro.
talking about. This is what I was talking about. I don't care because it's my list. I don't care.
I know what he about to
Yeah, fuck.
Let's go.
Right.
Here. Go.
Yeah, you're talented. Thank you. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Because you're a mark, and the people you employ are marks, and the people you listen to are marks.
Yeah, unless you go anonymous and shit.
Yeah. People are just joining.
I mean, he able to talk. His mic just muted.
What's good, guys? What's good, everybody?
What's good, buddy?
What is this, Fury?
No, I just got off of work, so I'm not too sure what happened with resting tonight. But
Oh, okay.
I'm not too sure. Um, from what I heard, there was a couple good matches. Um, the Bloodline Saga, I think they pulled the trigger too soon. I think they should have waited it out. I think I think they made a mistake taking the title off of Jay. Just because I think Jay is coming to his own element. I don't think he should go back to the tag team division just because the tag team division is weak. It's on WWE to make that tag team division preventable, and it's not. You can't take Jay out of the division to make your division hot again just because your tag division is lacking.
Mm. What if Sammy would like that ending they had with Sammy and Roman? Sammy kicking Roman. What if they would have did that at War Games? Like I think that would have been
I mean, he make a good point about the IC belt and shit. Like, he didn't even have it 30 days.
And the whole thing too with the tag division. I mean, what do exactly did the Judgment Day do to bring the tag titles relevancy? I mean, nobody's really talking about the tag titles on Raw. Everybody's talking about the tag titles on SmackDown. It's because it's a new team that just came in, Motor Machine Guns, that have been in the wrestling business for almost 15 years, almost 15, 20 years, and they won, 15 to 20 years, and they won titles within three, matches. And the reason why they came in and they were brought in is to have to help the tag team division because it was lacking. And I think they need to pay attention more to it on Raw because the tag division on Raw is subpar. Um, I think that I don't really think that tag titles do anything for Finn or JD because nobody really cares about JD. Nobody really cares about Dominic anymore. Like Dominic's will live, but like at the same time, is that really helping Dominic? From my standpoint, I like Dominic, but the whole thing is that if you're going to be up there saying, "Oh, raise this, raise that," man, you got to come up with your own finishing move. It's hard for me to believe in you. Like when you're over here doing frog splashes, you got to have a unique move set. And I don't really get Dominic's character right now. I think that Dom needs a refresher, and I think the whole Judgment Day needs to be split up because if they've been together for almost 3 years, I mean, and none of them have been booked properly, in or out. Damien has been booked okay. I mean, I guess, and then Rhea has been. She's not been booked the greatest since she came back. I mean, her dominating Raquel Rodriguez for whatever reason is not really smart booking. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's Hunter's call. But I mean, the fact that HBK got it right on NXT on one episode and made the feud more believable than almost 2 months on Raw. That says something about Hunter's
how we know
coaching.
HBK booked that? How we know Triple H didn't book that?
Okay,
I mean,
so can I say something real quick?
Let him
'Cause
finish
I
talking
agree.
to that DM, man. I ain't gonna say the words. I don't want to get it bleeped.
Yeah, that don't.
Let,
Yeah.
yeah, let him talk to that DM, man. Go ahead, brother.
You hate that
Oh.
man so much. You know what? I'm gonna talk to both of y'all real quick once he's finished about the Dom.
No, well,
Go ahead,
what I wanted to
brother.
finish was what I wanted to finish was saying was like, and I like Dominic, and I don't get me, I like Dominic's a really good heel. My whole thing is if you're gonna be a heel, you gotta be full in it, and you can't like the whole scared as heel thing. I don't really
Yeah.
like. I think Dominic is more than capable of going toe to toe. I mean, this dude went 1-on-1 with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam and put on like a good match. I mean, a good match with Seth Rollins. And let's be real, that Seth Rollins is one of the greatest super wrestling performers today. So I think that Dominic has the ability to go up, and I don't think he has the ability to face Gunther. I just think his character is really lacking, but he definitely needs a character refresh.
Okay, it's a question. By character refresh, what do you suggest?
I think more attitude. I'm more attitude. Like it's just the whole thing with him being like running away or this and that. Like I'm not like that works for the Miz, right? Because Miz is a Miz. I mean, Miz has not. We can never say that Miz has had a bad match. Miz has actually put on good matches and that's why he's been in WWE for almost 20 years. He's been in WWE for a long time because it works for him because he's able to get people bought into his programs every single time. During the pandemic, where he won the WWE Championship and put on a good match with Bobby Lashley, it made you believable. It made it believable because Bobby was able to have a good match with Miz, and the whole thing with Dominic is that he needs more of an edge in his character.
Brother did 6 hours in jail, man. Like he shouldn't be running around like that.
I agree, but I disagree at the same time.
And I agree about that too. Like if you're gonna have a whole segment of him getting arrested, he can't be coming out like all scared as soon as Rhea comes out. Like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Okay, so I agree to a certain extent, but I disagree as far as like having a character reset, not a full reset per se, because if we're being honest, like that gimmick is really working for him. Like he's arguably the most hated heel on both rosters, Raw and SmackDown. Like I get it, like he could
and that okay.
I get it, he could definitely go to add a couple more moves to his move set and stuff. Maybe even a different finisher, who knows and stuff. But a lot of people use the frog splash, so it's whatever. I don't really knock him for that because his skeleton was close to to Eddie and all that. So I can see why he's still doing it per se as kind of a tribute to Eddie. But yeah, like as far as most consistent people and stuff over the last 18 months, hate it or not, Dom is right up there with Gunther and Cody as far as most consistent wrestlers on the roster, like as a whole. His gimmick is made for you to hate Dom.
I will say this too, right? If we're talking about brand like him, I really want the brand warfare to come back, like where it was rare that like this person was appearing on SmackDown or this person was appearing on Raw. Because if you're going to continue to have where Liv and Seth and all these people are coming on SmackDown, it takes away from Raw because Raw you're supposed to have Raw superstars. SmackDown you're supposed to have like the whole thing where they're switching, coming back, and Cody's appearing on SmackDown. Cody's appearing on Raw, and then this Seth is appearing on SmackDown. It takes away from the brand warfare. If you really the whole thing with Adam Pearce too, like I think I don't know him outside of the character per se, but like the whole thing with him GM, I just think it's kind of watered down. I really do think they need another face as per se GM. I don't really find it believable. Yeah, so like I think the whole thing with Nick too is he's able to control his roster. Like this whole thing where he's not able to control his roster, and this and that, and blah blah blah. It's just like it's kind of like meh. I did like what KO and Randy did today. I think that you're going back to how KO used to be like in NXT, where he's more ruthless, more attitude-ish, more ruthless aggression, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that KO and being in the world title picture, maybe not right now. I mean, obviously you could split it off into months, or Randy and Cody and we still got the Rock. The Rock. I don't think Rock's coming back for just one match. I don't know. But then again, I don't even know what you can do with that because at the same time, I mean, if they did a whole thing where Cody has to finish the story, you can't just take the title off of Cody and just hand it to Rock. It just doesn't work. So, like, that's another thing.
All right, so let me ask you a question real quick, because like I don't know, we don't really know who you are and stuff, and that's cool though. We love random people coming up here. So as far as your top five wrestlers currently, who are they?
Top five all time? Or are we talking about like you people who have passed away
Yeah,
or people who are like right?
either or.
Either
Top five
or?
You don't
all
want to
time.
do
So
that.
right,
Top five
so
all time.
You don't want to do that.
men or women, like men or women, men or
All time.
women,
Yeah, men first if you
Oh
want.
shit!
men,
Here we go. All
men.
right.
Men,
Mm,
so men, so I can only get based off of like what I watch. Like it wouldn't be fair for me to say, Stone Cold and Rock because I didn't watch them grow up. I only started watching it in 2000, so 2002, 2001. So it wouldn't be fair to me say Rock and Steve because
mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to watch them at
Okay,
that time.
no
It wouldn't be
problem.
fair. It
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't
Speak your
be.
truth. Speak your truth.
Okay.
Uh, Okay, so I grew up watching Eddie Guerrero. That's who I grew up. And Eddie,
Mm.
the reason why I say Eddie, and he got put on number one, is because
Mm,
heel or face, he was like, I think everybody remembers where they were when Eddie
mm.
suplexed Ray onto the steel steps and the SmackDown.
Okay.
When
Okay,
he
he
ripped his
pushed him.
mask off, and the next week he came with that lie, cheat, steal theme, and like Ghost Fire. I mean, Eddie has never had a bad theme. I think, and I think it's saying something. He's never had a bad theme. Like even the Gangsta Lang, that was something fire. Um,
Mm.
so I gotta go with Eddie, and then I gotta go with Sean just because he's Mr. WrestleMania. He puts on. There's never a bad Shawn Michaels match except the Goldberg match. Not the Goldberg, the Taker and Kane match,
Yeah, but
which is
every match is
redacted
Hold
in
up.
always
my
You
gonna
say
be
my
Shawn
strong.
Shawn?
Michaels match.
Shawn
Talk
Michael?
to these.
Hold up. Hold up. Nah, don't know. Who said that? Don't do that. You say Shawn Michaels?
That's exactly what he said. He started
Yeah.
that.
Okay. But would Shawn go back into the category with the Rock in Austin? Like he was there before them.
No, because I watched him in 2005. He was still wrestling in 2005, and
Hey, he was
Yeah,
like
washed
so
up at that
so all
time
the
though,
way.
right?
yes, Sean was
Yeah,
Oh,
in a
he still had
4 year
good
yeah.
gap
matches.
though. In that 4 year gap.
Wait, hold on. If we're gonna say that, remember his match against John on Raw? He beat John.
He did beat
That was a
Look,
good
Cena
look,
ass
look,
match.
day
look, look.
after WrestleMania.
Hey,
That
Yeah,
was,
hour
That's
long
some
match.
good
Yeah,
shit, man.
my guy.
yeah.
Hey,
that,
hold up. Just to let y'all know, my guy John Cena trending right now, bro. I'm glad y'all brought that up, bro.
No
We
one even cares.
we
yeah.
trend
What I will
we
say,
trending right.
what I will say about Sean, what I will say about Sean is that he has the ability to get people into his match. I remember that WrestleMania or Royal Rumble where him and Taker were the last two standing,
Hmm.
and it was like, damn, where Taker's bleeding, and then Sean's like completely like he made you think he was gonna win, and then last month Taker throws him out. I mean, that's the ability of Sean. He's able to like pull you in. He's like, oh, he's gonna win, and then he's like, oh, he lost. But I will say Eddie, Shawn, and then I will say Cena, just because I grew up watching them. I remember that Judgment Day match against JBL where he was bleeding
Nah, I don't
5
like
pints of
that.
blood.
Mm-mm. Hey man, it just ain't got nothing to do with you, but you stroking that my dog Cash over that ego right now, man, because we just had this debate.
Whoa. Hey,
Yeah,
yo, he ain't stroke shit over here. Pause.
stroking your
Yeah,
ego.
yeah.
Pause. Yeah, yeah, that's
So,
not. Yeah, that's
I will say
wow.
John. I will say John, just because I grew up watching, right? Like I played football. I remember I wore 54 just because of John. That's
That's
how
crazy. That's
much I was
crazy,
a
though.
Cena fan.
Yeah, so you
Yeah, I know.
do you have
You
a
Hey,
a
problem
but I
linebacker?
with?
will
I got a
say,
question. Do you have a problem with people saying John might be the greatest of all time from what you watch?
um,
Because
from
go
what
ahead.
I think it's a little hard to say because like John was in a tough spot at the time because they were in the middle of ruthless aggression and then they went to PG. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was tough because John couldn't really do what he used to do in 2005, where he was like beating the hell out of Chris Jericho or beating the hell out of JBL, and like stuff like that. You could, like, it was tough. There was where he broke his neck against Batista in SummerSlam,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of layers to what John could do. I mean, and when you went to PG, you full PG, there's like that limits some of your matches. I mean, there's a store where Batista and Jericho got fined $50K each by Vince for going off script for bleeding during a steel cage match. I mean, that was tough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, so greatest of all time, I would say that he's up there, but I would say that Eddie, just because Eddie came from WCW, he came with the Little Rascals, and like he moved his way up, not just because of who he was, because of his like the background he has, like background he had, like with Chavo, his Ray, and all that. Helped move the way for people who were smaller, because at that time nobody like gave like people who were 5'8", 5'3", 5'5" like a chance. And because of what Eddie did, people were like, okay, we could give people like Kofi Kingston, we could give people like Rey Mysterio, we could give people like I'm missing a name, Miz, all these people who were look smaller a chance to show what we got, and Eddie helped pave the way for that. And I think that because of how he overcame the struggles, where he had alcohol struggles, he had like all this like that, he became, and where he beat Brock Lesnar in San Francisco, California, which is still the highest, still holds the record for a sold out arena of all time. That's crazy. But I will say that Eddie, in my opinion, is the greatest. But I do understand why people say John is the greatest, just because the emotional attachment to it. But I'm saying when you look at body of work, obviously, in my opinion, Eddie has got him beat, just because of like the emotional fatigue with it, and the behind the scenes of what Eddie went through with WCW and WWE.
Go ahead, Cash. You were that smiling like a motherfucker. Go ahead, bro. Just go ahead.
I'm actually not. I was ready to hear his other two.
Oh, I was gonna finish
Yeah.
my four. So four, I would say Batista. Um, and I would say that it's just because he came he was still fighting with Raw at that time, right? Where him and Taker put on like a 5-star match, which is still one of my favorite matches of all time. Because like I thought that should have closed the show. Like I still think that. And then five would be obviously, and I know I'm probably going to get flack for this, it's probably Triple H, just because like the sledgehammer was one of my favorite things. A Halloween one year I dressed up as Triple H. I had the full mustache and beard,
Wow, okay.
and I had the hammer. Yeah, so like my favorite, that's my, and I also almost got suspended in a freaking elementary school for taking a hammer. That's another
Damn.
story. But
Say so. Quick
but
question: Do you have Roman over Triple H all time?
no.
It's not even close,
Where
right?
do you rank Roman?
Oh, matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that
Nah,
up,
Bug.
Mookie, because
Nah, Bug. Just relax, Bug. Relax. He's not over Triple H.
I will. I would say Roman is fantastic, right? For what he did, like I understand why people give him grief in the beginning, right? Because he was being forced on our necks for Wrestle. I was there at WrestleMania 31, and I was there. Like when I would leave my stadium. It was hella hot. It was really hot out there.
oh,
But
so you were there when he fought
um,
Brock and Seth won.
Brock,
Okay, okay.
yeah. So I was, yeah. So at that time, right, if I tell you from an outsider perspective, we really did not want Roman to win that match. And the way they did it was great, because you had put over Seth. You made Roman look good, but then you made Brock look good, and then you made Seth look fantastic. So I think that the whole thing with Roman, how he is now, I think is better. I think that's the way he should have been booked from the very beginning. Like the whole thing with him running out the Rumble with the help of the Rock, it was kind of like forced. You kind of knew what was going to happen, but I feel like now Roman's got his like where he got beat by Solo. Like I didn't see that shit coming. I was like, Solo pinned him. I was like, what the? But I will say that Roman is really a great superstar, and a good like his in ring work is phenomenal. Like now, like if you told me 2 years ago his in ring work would have been better, his mic skills were better, then I would have told you it was crazy, because I remember 2 years ago where he had that promo with John, where they were supposed to, I think it was Payback or another pay per view where he's fighting John,
Mhm.
and his mic skills weren't that great. I mean, even John called him on, and he's like, bro, you want me to leave? You can't even cut a decent promo. And ever since then, Roman's been kind of been cooking up. He's learned how to talk. He's learned how to talk. He's learned how to like feed into the crowd, where the crowd the crowd says what, then he's like, let me reel him in, and then let me reel him
I
out.
think he
And
picked
I
that
think
a lot up
that took a
from
while
Paul
for him.
Heyman.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think that. I think that Paul being in his corner definitely helped his character improve a lot. Because without Paul, I think this character would not be where it is today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we put him over
no,
too. We put him over too,
go
Cash.
ahead, Quiz.
Yeah, we put him over too, Cash.
What's up, TG?
Hey.
I'm Quiz, man. Nice to meet you. Quick question: where do you rank Doink the Clown?
He
You didn't
didn't
just do
watch
that.
wrestling
Yo,
then, fool.
You didn't just do
Oh,
that,
my
Q.
bad. All right, never
Come on,
mind.
yo,
Q.
Like, give a fuck about Doink the
Nah, my
Clown.
dog said that shit like he was serious as a mother. That wasn't
Doink the
even a
Clown,
joke,
like.
like my brother said.
But now, since we are
I'm over here
here,
crying.
Oh my
Sports
god,
Illustrated
I'm
dropped their top
crying.
20 list.
Oh shit.
Can somebody grab that for us real quick?
Oh wow.
Because I think we got time to go ahead and discuss this weak ass list Sports Illustrated put
Uh,
up.
I have no problem with the list. Like I
You got
said,
no problem with the list.
I got no, I really, yeah, I do. My bad. I do got some problems with the list. I'm like between 1 and 2, with Stone Cold and Hogan. I really have no problem with that. That Hogan is 1.
Wait, hold on. You have Hogan as one? You're joking?
No,
No,
he's going off
I'm
what
going
Sports
off a
Illustrated
list,
put up.
Sports Illustrated. No, I have no problem
Like,
with Hogan.
Oh, okay. I
No,
thought you.
Stone
I thought
Cold,
you were talking
Stone.
about
No, no,
Hulk
no,
being
no,
one.
no,
I
no,
was like,
no.
are you joking?
Now Stone
he is
Cold is
a
1 and
Hogan
Hogan
fan,
is
though,
2.
so
But if
let
someone
him
had
rock with
Hogan as 1, just after watching the documentary, like I have no problem with that because, like I said, I do actually think like Hogan probably is the logo for wrestling.
punch on bug, grass, punch on bug.
Like I don't think that even I don't think no one else on that list had the impact that Hogan had in the 80s, late 70s, all throughout the 80s.
Mm.
I don't know
And
about
then
that.
come in the 90s and
Punch on him.
revamped itself, and now he's Hollywood Hogan, and you make that shit pop. Then come back to the WWE, go to WrestleMania, and give one of the biggest moments ever with The Rock, and like Hogan, like bro. I mean, I know he's ass in the ring, but at the end of the day, Hogan is still, you can't knock what the brother did for wrestling at all. I mean, but Austin is number 1, Hogan is 2, The Rock is 3, Cena at 4. I don't agree with that. Reign
I would
is 5.
say to you,
Nah.
like Hulk's popularity was fantastic, right? I mean, no one's disputing that. Like he was Hulk Hogan, he was Hulkamania. But
Mm-hmm.
I would ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What was Bret Hart not a star in the 80s?
Um, yeah, Bret Hart was like what would you call
That's
that
about early
era?
90s.
Like he was early 90s. Like Bret
Yeah.
Hart, yeah, because that's when Vince did the transition from Hogan to Hart. Like it's like, you know what,
What they call that shit? What,
The
Next
Hulk,
Generation? New
yeah,
Generation?
the Hulkamania shit was running, stale. So it's just like, you know what, we're gonna transition to Bret. But yeah, Bret, I would have Bret a little higher. I mean, they got Roman at 5 and Undertaker at 6, Triple H at 7, Shawn at 8, Bret at 9,
Sean at 8's crazy. I'm sorry. I don't
Bruno
buy
Shawn at
that
at
at
eight,
all.
Shawn at eight
at
was
10,
crazy. That's 8 is
Macho
crazy because
Man is 11, Kurt at 12, and Roddy
Kurt
Piper
Hennig.
at 13. Pause. Yeah,
Ah.
Kurt Angle at
All right,
12.
yeah, the list is
Oh no,
posted
I
Uh,
thought
right
you were talking about
now.
Henning.
So
I thought
nah,
you were
Kurt
talking.
Angle. Uh,
People forget about Mr. Perfect. Though. That dude can run. That dude matches were kind of
all right,
really
so
great.
let's start with 15 through 20
uh,
because
I just
but
want to tackle the 8 though. Like
someone doesn't belong here.
Sean at 8
hold
is
on.
kind of ridiculous a little bit.
But I don't have Sean over Brett.
No, I'm saying, but I'm looking at your list. Like, not looking at the
I don't have
list. You
Triple H
said,
over Sean.
No, this is the Sports Center list. I don't
yeah, that's what I'm
have,
saying.
That's Sports
Yeah, yeah.
Illustrated.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like that
mhm,
list, like them going like Sean at 8, and that is just
It's the
it's
placement
just
of these people,
ridiculous. That is
man.
just kind
go
of
ahead
ridiculous
now.
because when we talk
Like
about one of the greatest in-ring superstars of all time, I mean,
Hmm.
Sean's definitely up there.
I would have Sean a little
even
higher.
Bruno Sammartino at 10 is crazy.
Well, I think that his issue with Bruno, right, is that there's so much hard footage to get about Bruno because if you remember he wrestled in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So like it was really hard for people to get footage about Bruno, even though he was probably one of the greatest like in ring competitors, like for his size and
Yeah,
the
what?
matches he
Yeah,
put on, but it's real hard to get like footage about Bruno because like not really anybody has Bruno, and the footage we have is like when he's like a little older.
yeah. I don't have him over Randy or Kurt. I
Bruno.
I don't even got Piper on my list either as far as top 20. Like, I'm sorry.
Let's.
I get it. He's a great promo,
Yeah.
You
but
know
that's
who
about it.
who has a great promo? Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior had a great promo.
Hold up. When
You're
you
trolling.
say
You
my
trolling.
list, is that
You are
not being
trolling.
that's not being biased? Like you're saying, this is who I. It's not being realistic or okay as far as wrestling. Because my list gonna be different than what I actually, what's on paper. Do
Okay.
you agree with
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, because this shit.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, you
Oh
trolling.
man.
Somebody that I don't never see on any of these lists is the Iron Sheik, man. And
Iron Sheik was fantastic,
yeah,
dude.
I don't never see him on
If
there.
you guys remember, like back then too, there was a real like war going on, and the
Hmm.
fact that Sheik had the balls to be like, yeah, let's put this on TV, like knowing that it would piss off the the freaking government.
I think I know why Iron Sheik isn't on this particular list.
He's on
And I
it.
think a lot of it. No, he's not on
Okay.
his top 20 list. And I think it's for the same reason Flair isn't on this list.
Hmm.
Iron Sheik isn't a WWF slash WWE product. Like, a lot of his claim to fame and shit was like AWA and like other organizations. Like, by the time Vince got him, it was pretty late in his career and shit. Granted, yeah, he put the belt on Iron Sheik, but he only did that to go from Bob Backlund to Hulk Hogan. Like, he don't think he had the belt a month for real. Yo, this list, I really don't agree with this list. Like, they had Becky Lynch at number 20.
That women's list was more egregious.
Oh, they got a women's list from Sports Illustrated?
I don't think it was Sports Illustrated, but it was a list that came out like maybe 2 weeks ago.
All right, we'll cover that next episode, but I just want to cover this. Like, ah, I could probably put Jericho over Andre the Giant, in my opinion, for real, for real. I don't even think I remember much Andre the Giant. Let's see. Randy Orton, that's tough. Yeah, it's
It's a
like
good,
about two or three I would take out of this list altogether.
it's a good list. They got Roman at 5. Not mad at it.
That's the only person you care about is Roman, huh?
I'm not mad at it.
Of course you're not mad at it. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't put Roman at 5. Probably 7. Put HBK at 5. HBK should be top 5 bare minimum. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know how the fuck Triple H is above Shawn Michaels.
Hold on, because I'm just catching up. You telling me Becky Lynch made this list, but the GOAT Charlotte Flair ain't on this list?
You know what? Let's compare. Let's compare accolades. Becky might have a couple things Charlotte doesn't have. She is first woman undisputed champ. Beat Charlotte and Ronda Rousey for that. I don't think Charlotte has Charlotte won a Royal Rumble.
I don't think so because I feel like she's always been the champion around that time.
Okay, Becky's done that. Uh, put Becky on cover of a video game, even though it sucked ass. They put her on the cover with Roman. Um, I ain't gonna, at one
Christian
point, like,
Rumble.
that was really running with the man gimmick with Becky.
They said Charlotte won the Royal Rumble in 2020.
Oh, okay, cool. So they got that. Okay. You know what? You're right, because Charlotte ended up cashing it in on for the NXT belt at WrestleMania against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I know Charlotte had to win the Royal Rumble. I'm like, ain't no way.
She ain't been on as many of them as Becky, but yeah, okay, yeah. I forgot about. I forget that Royal Rumble because I don't think anyone was in the. I think that was COVID era. But, I feel like the women should have their own like list though, like, and not to be like sexist or anything like that. But it's kind of hard to compare a woman like the woman accolades and stuff to like the
So are
men
we
shit.
doing top 10 women's now or no? Or top 5?
No, we're looking at this Sports Illustrated list, and they have Becky number 20 greatest wrestler of all time.
That's stupid. Who did that list?
Hold on.
Sports Illustrated.
Since you did bring this up, though, who are your top 5 women of all time?
Um, let's
You
see.
asked for one reason and one reason only. You
Uh,
ain't slick, bro.
well, first of all, it's not it's not what was it called? Alicia Fox, and
Ew, you
um,
Trump bitch.
I was, but what's it called? Top 5. When we talk about top 5, we talk about like what made me want to sit down and watch the match. Because back then when you see a women's match, people are like, oh, get up for like a bathroom break. But like for me, I like watching matches.
Hey,
I
good
love wrestling. I
criteria.
grew up watching it, and like I like the shows. So for
Yeah,
me, it
because
was
you started watching when women's wrestling was ass.
yeah. In the big, Raw was still good. They had Stacy
Nah,
Keibler,
you watching
had
Stacey was
Trish,
fucking
they had
wild.
Lita. So for me, the great matches that I saw is gonna be Trish. Obviously, is gonna be one for me at least. Prime Lita, like Prime Lita, and one of my by Prime is because like when she got injured, her neck, obviously her wrestling went kind of downhill a little bit, because she couldn't really,
No, a whole lot. It went a little bit. Like,
yeah, you
she
know,
tried to get back in the ring recently. She's ass now.
yeah, and she couldn't really. And it's not, it's does suck because she is a very good wrestler. She came from Lucha Libre. She came from Mexico. She,
Yeah,
you
this is
know,
true.
so like, I would say Trish, probably Lita, Prime Lita, and then if anyone remembers Jazz, her matches were
I
great.
know who Jazz is.
Yeah, Jazz, and then I would say Molly Holly, if anybody remembers her. And then
We know who Molly is.
five obviously, the, like that's a toss up because I like Nikki, right? But I also like Melina, and I also like Trish, Beth Phoenix, just because the wrestling ability, you know, one like I think that three of them could be tossed up into top 5, right? We're going like wrestling ability. Obviously, it would be like Beth, just because her wrestling ability was A1. Like her menacing heel. I didn't really like her babyface runs. Melina, you know, her moveset was pretty good, and then you know, Mickey James just because she beat like Trish Stratus on WrestleMania 22. That match was,
Mm-hmm.
pretty surprising. I didn't think she was gonna win. I remember watching that kid. I was like, oh,
So it's supposed to.
yeah. I thought it was gonna be like WrestleMania 21 where she faced Christy Hemme, and that was one and done.
So you know the backstory to that, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, if you watch the bench doc, Trish was like, "Yeah, Vince tried to get me to do some shit that I didn't want to do, and because I didn't want to do it, that's why she ended up losing to Mickey as a punishment."
I mean, and it helped both with their like careers kind of because it helped Mickey become like a single star. Um, so like for 5, if I had to pick one, it'll be Mickey, just because. Mickey after that, like she put on like good matches after that, like really good matches. And I think that like
So you got nobody current in your top five, like
top five right
Charlotte,
now. I
no,
mean, it's kind of disappointing
no, of
because
all time.
top five. Obviously Bianca Belair. I mean, just because Charlotte's not there right now, she's not healthy right now. So like obviously when she comes back, yeah, my list will be changed. I think Bianca's like really like she really gets this business. You could tell like she wants to be out there and put on matches. Like she wants to help like she wants to help the younger talent like get in and like put on good matches. And that's rare to find because we've all seen people like who come in like Eva Marie who are only there for one thing only is to get entertainment, get the publicity, and then dip. Like same thing with Lacey Evans. People who don't love this business. You could tell Bianca that she loves this business. Like, um, I will say that number two is probably going to be Becky, just because like Becky, what she did for the NXT, brand when it was kind of a little struggling, and then they finally got it together. Three, let's see, I will say, I will say three, I will say Rhea, just because ever since NXT days, I've been a big fan of her. NXT UK, she's been a big fan of her.
Wow,
You know,
you even watch NXT UK.
oh
Never
yeah, but yeah,
watched that
NXT
shit.
UK. Man, if anybody doesn't remember, NXT UK was the shit back then. It was the shit. You had Tyler Bate, you had Pete Dunne, you had like all these people, and you had Walter. You had Louis
You're
Kaiser.
not going through Walter.
Oh yeah, Walter. I'm per se Walter before he changed his name to Gunther. Um, so like NXT UK was kind of it kind of saved NXT because remember, if anybody remembers, like NXT went through like a weird phase where they went to NXT 2.0. It was like kind of weird,
Oh, it's
you know.
that's what Vince was running. It sucked then.
Yeah, they weird colors were like purple, yellow, and it's just like really
All
weird.
bright and shit.
Yeah, it was like really weird. Um, I would say I'm gonna throw a dark horse in like number four. I'll put Lyria Valkyria. I like her, and I think that once she gets like the ball running, I think that like this is her division to run. I think that she just needs a little more time, and I think that definitely Lyra can definitely take the Raw division to like new heights. I think that, and obviously five is going to be Roxanne Perez just because how young she is and how fantastic she's look like so
She's a
far.
prodigy. Okay.
Yeah, I think that how you could tell that, and that's another thing that you could tell that she cares about the business. Like, like you could tell like that. How do I say this? That she pays attention to detail, like how to get people involved in their matches, like with Cora Jade, like all these people that have come up NXT, and there's a lot more people coming in. Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, all those people are coming in, and and the division for NXT is going to get better. We're adding Jordan Grace, which Jordan Grace is rumored to sign. I think what next month they said. So I mean, this
Yep.
division is going to get better and better, and I think that we talk about wrestling in general. I mean, it's so hard. I mean, it sucks that Indy Hartwell's let go and all that. But I'm like, I know a lot of people don't really like AEW, but like, I like it because not everybody could be on TV. And so like, there's another way for them to get on TV, at AEW. So like, it's very hard for people to get through the good wrestling. So, I mean, and TNA is
I
fantastic
would
too.
rather Indy go to TNA than Impact.
Yeah,
I mean, than AEW.
yeah,
Because AEW's got like a bunch of like, they have too many people in my opinion. Like you got
yeah.
all these superstars and as many shows as you have for coming up with, there's not enough TV time to allocate towards these people. And
Hmm.
Indy's still kind of young, so I think she still has some growing to do in the ring. And the best way to get that is to, like get matches and shit. I think
Hmm.
Indy right now should be best suited like take a year or two, do the indie scene, and
She
then
should go to TNA. That's where she should go.
I, I think she do the indie scene first, and then go to like a TNA and shit, and
Yeah.
then try to come back to like NXT.
I think she should go to TNA just because we've seen what it does for like people like Naomi. Naomi went to TNA for what, 2 years? And
No
she came
cap.
back and you could tell it's a different character. Like she's not the same like Naomi. She's a different character. She's just it's very like when people talk about other like promotions, everybody makes it seem like, oh, that's just another promotion. It doesn't really matter. Not really. I mean, you go to different promotion. You're able to show, hey, I come back. I mean, what Chelsea Green's been fired like 3 times, and she came back. Like, she's still on the roster today. I mean, so it's not goodbye. It's more so, hey, well, this didn't work out right now, but once I come back, I could change things for the better. And I think that's where Indy Hartwell could get better. I mean, at the same time, like I was kind of shocked she would won the NXT title. Like I didn't, I thought it was a little soon, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to work, and it didn't end up working because once she got drafted, I'm like, I don't really see a spot for her. And the same thing, you know. And that's kind of the same thing about Candice LeRae. I mean, I think she's fantastic, but like at the same time, she's getting lost in the shuffle.
They got this stupid ass speedboat.
Yeah. Well, I think the speed belt is more so just you know, like show off, like I guess more wrestling, I guess, and like I think that that's the problem too. Is like I don't know how you guys feel, but like I really don't like the money bank briefcases at all. I think it should just be
Wow.
one for each. I really don't. I think that last year was kind of like you kind of saw that when you kind of panicked a little bit when they had like you had two you had two briefcases and they're like, oh, we got to do something. So I think that they should go back to how it was before. You know,
I got a men's one and a
one
women's one.
yeah, one man, one woman's, and that's it. You know, I think that's how it should be. You know, but I don't know. Like for me, Money to Bank, kind of, the briefcase, it's kind of lost its aura a little bit. You know, because
Really?
you have Austin Theory cash in on the U.S. title for some reason. And then I don't know, just like the whole briefcase thing has left. I mean, if we remember, like in 2006, where Edge won, and he held it for almost a year, and they finally catch John Cena, and then lost it. We lost the title. What I think it was Elimination Chamber or something like that, New Year's Revolution or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So I mean, the money briefcase kind of feels cursed a little bit because once you have it, and if you don't succeed, and if you don't make your character like go with it, like Rollins did, like you're kind of shit out of luck.
I agree. I mean, Baron Corbin had it, and then he tried to cash in and lost, and he ain't been right ever since.
Well, I just don't think like he wasn't. It wasn't that he wasn't ready. It was just maturity wise, and that's not to shit on him. It's just more so that you could tell like that like he kind of like were like, oh fuck, we gave the person the wrong freaking briefcase. The same thing with Otis. You could tell like that was more so like, oh, we just gave Otis to give it to him, but we don't know what we're gonna do with him. And then they give it to the
Yeah,
Miz.
that's fucking weird. Like, always winning that. Like, I hated
Yeah. And, Baron Corbin still won for murder, by the way. He murdered Rey Mysterio, throwing him off the building.
that. Well, he's fired now, so.
Uh, the pandemic time was kind of weird. It was really weird and unique in its own way. Like, I really was like, damn. Uh, You know, um, I thought the cinematic matches were great. Um, for with, Bray. I think that's something they
One
should be
wasn't.
doing again. But I know it's going to be hard because I don't know if you guys remember, the Bray versus Randy was a House of Fireflies match.
Mm-hmm.
I was there in San Jose for that match, and we all looked around like, "What the fuck is this match?" Like it was really weird, and I think that sometimes those matches were kind of great because like during pandemic, like nobody was there. You could play around with the TV, you could do like this and that. But like now, like I don't even like to be honest with you guys, like I don't even know where Alexa Bliss fits in this division at all. Like in this role,
Mm.
like
Nah, this brother is punching. I'm not gonna hold
Talk
you.
about
Where's
it.
This
Lucia?
nigga is punching.
Talk about it.
I really don't see where she's like fits in the division because you put her on Raw, right? And where can she go? Like like can she go right into a world title opportunity or
Nope.
SmackDown? Can she go right into world title opportunity? Not really. I mean, this is like the Liv and Rhea thing is probably gonna last all the way to Mania. So I mean, yeah, and then right after we get done with that, I mean, can you really insert Alexa into that match? I mean, same thing with SmackDown. I mean, I mean, your Jade Cargill is obviously going to face Charlotte at Mania. I mean, it's all there's pointing fingers at that. Either that's going to be a triple threat, one of those two. And then the Raw is going to be living Rhea again at Mania. I mean, but I don't know where Alexa fits in any of those divisions, if I'm being honest.
I'm being, you're not wrong. I mean, you gotta update your resume. Alexa's been saying that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see I like Alexa, but right now in the division, and if anybody wants to discuss this, but like, I don't get what they're doing with the Liv and Rhea thing. Like, I don't really understand it. I've been on proponents saying that this shouldn't go all the way to Mania. And the way it's looking, it's going all the way to Mania. And I think that's really rough on a division. You're lasting a feud all the way to Mania. That's been ongoing since what? Since October? Since last October? So, I
You don't got
mean,
nobody else to challenge. Rhea's gonna be out for like
Oh, wow.
we don't know how
yeah,
long.
what's it? It's an eye socket injury, they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
like,
who is Liv gonna challenge while Rhea's out though? That's
why say I say Lyra. I mean, you guys, Lyra came from NXT. She's more than ready. She's
What's
put on
Lyra
great
doing
matches
now,
in
though?
NXT.
they
Like,
haven't done anything with Lyra though.
Yeah, and that's the problem too. Is that
So,
like these divisions were like these women in Raw are not getting. You know, I think the tag division should be just scrapped. I think you
what's that,
should just keep it
EO,
for
I
NXT.
guess? I mean,
I think you should just scrap it and just leave a mid card
do
title.
EO. I mean, they gotta do EO. Like, I'm not that.
I do agree with what you just said about having like an IC women's belt. Like, that is long overdue.
Yeah, they should just scrap the women's tag team champion. Like at the same time, it's great that Lash and what's her name? I forgot her name already.
Chikara.
Yeah, Jakara. Yeah, I think it's great that they're getting their like they're getting their pops and everything. But at the same time, it is the NXT the tag titles are not as like popular as they were when they produced. Like nobody's really like putting their eyes on the tag titles. It's more so what's going on with the women's division, what's going on with this. Like it's not really about the tag
Like,
division anymore.
take the women's North American title. When they created that, you opened up, like, at the time Kalani had it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whatchamacallit has it.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of ops for that belt.
hmm
Like, you got some Nikitas, you got, Kalani,
I don't
so
even think
Rukas.
Nikita, like, where does Nikita even fit? Like, honestly,
Oh,
she's
she's
been
back.
gone
Like,
for 2 years.
she just
And
came back.
I know, but she just came back. But I'm saying, like, at this point, Nikita has
I
been
ain't
in
saying put the
NXT.
belt on her right
Oh, yeah.
now.
But I'm saying, but
What I'm
like,
saying is that,
mhm.
go before it.
Oh, well, no, I'm saying that with Nikita, right? She's been in NXT for almost 4 years. And at no
Mm-hmm.
point have we seen, like, progression with her character at all. And at some point, you gotta look yourself in the mirror, but like, okay, am I really cut out for this business or that's just not for me? Because no, we're not, like Nikita's been back for almost a week, right? Almost two, or a month, let's say. At no point are we looking at Nikita and be like, okay, there's a star. It's just another person.
I got to disagree with you on that because here's the thing: when she first came in prior to her first major knee injury and shit,
hmm
like that was fucking with her heavy. Like there was rumors of like getting a belt on her like soon. What set her back was those knee injuries. I
hmm
don't think it was anything from a talent standpoint or a character standpoint of why she didn't progress. It's really like her just being hurt, unfortunately. Same thing with Cora Jade. Like, well, Cora Jade missed a lot because of the fact that she got hurt.
Yeah. I think it's tough too with Core J too. It's just because like there's so many this division and NXT for women's is so top heavy. It is so many people in there that are wanting to, like get their names in. And when you have Cora and Nikita, respectfully, and that's what I can say is that like they're not around as much. Like they're showing that they're here now, but like when you have people like Jakara, you have people like like Lash, all these people who are now vying for the opportunity, and Cora is taking up time. Toro is taking up segments where Roxanne and Gulia and all that. and I'm not taking anything more from Cora, but at the same time, Cora's been gone, and at the same time that opportunities must come to those who've been here for a while, and Jakara and Lash
Well, I'm
put
not
in a
saying that they have to get an opportunity right away, but I'm
yeah,
just saying that as far as talent pool is concerned,
hmm
there's a lot to work with to where,
yeah.
like, there's plenty of
I
challenges.
still don't understand Cora's character though. Like I have no idea what her character is. Like I remember her character was a skateboard character, like she was a skateboard kid right character, right? Then she went
I
back
get
to
it.
like this character. Now I'm really confused with her character because all of a sudden she's friends with Roxanne, right? But like you spent all of that time before she got hurt, feuding her and Roxanne, where Roxanne was cutting up pictures, and for some reason we're going back to we're best friends now. It doesn't really make
Well,
sense.
he just came back, so they're still trying to figure it out. Like,
hmm
I don't think these characters nowadays have to be so front door where like you get them in one episode and shit like that. Like,
hmm
you gotta give them time to progress, like a couple of weeks or a month or so to like really see what it is that they're working with. So especially if they come back from injury and shit.
hmm Now what is everybody thinking about the Bloodlines like story? Because right now for me, I'm very confused on the direction they're gonna go. Like you have The Rock coming back that hasn't been mentioned ever since.
I try not to mention The Rock because, yeah,
Yeah, and I don't know how you can tie in The Rock with Roman and Cody again when you just had it 2 years in a row, 2 straight years in a row, and then you're gonna do it again at Mania. This Mania, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like you
I
told the
hope it got
story of
some done for
Cody finishing the story, and he finished the story right. And he's beginning a new chapter, right? Why is this chapter re-beginning again with the same story? It just doesn't make any sense. And I think that's kind of that's kind of like I don't know. And at the same time, and it's going to be even tougher if you're going to have Raw 2 hours. Like I know everybody likes the 2 hour things, but stories there's so many stories within like Raw that it's going to be hard to tie in 2 hours. It's really going to be hard.
that. Really, you got to cut all the filler out because that 3 hour shit was like half filler, half interviews that we didn't need and stuff, and the other half was wrestling, and some of that was wrestling that we didn't really care for.
hmm
So by cutting it out an hour, it's like I'm okay with it.
hmm
Like I don't think you were watching wrestling around the time of Monday Nitro and shit, but there was a time where it went from 2 hours to 3 hours, and that third hour was just full of complete utter bullshit.
hmm
I get it, that extra hour gives you more like TV time and more rest to get TV time per se.
hmm
But not all TV time is good TV time. Like a lot of that shit's like bathroom breaks or okay, this person is doing a backstage promo and stuff. Okay, it's doing an interview in the ring about absolutely nothing. Like I'm perfectly fine with it being a 2 hour thing now.
hmm Well, I know with the whole thing with Fox too is that the time constraint was too, and that's what Rock was kind of upset about. But I don't know how Rock ties into the story at all. Unless they're doing Rock and Roman and Mania, but it can't be for the title. It just can't.
It doesn't need to be, no, not at all.
It can't be for the title. I mean, it just cannot be. You had Cody fight for the story. You have to at least give Cody at least a year with the title. At least a year. Just just based on the way the story went. But I don't even know what John and Goldberg's thing is going to be. I don't even know why I don't even know why Hunter the Lang Goldberg finished the retirement match. That's probably going to be him going
Oh,
over
he's a
on somebody.
legend, so why not give him a retirement match? I mean,
And watch it be with Dominic. Yeah, that'd be some shit. If it's with Dominic, I'm going to laugh my ass off. His retirement match is with Dominic. I'm going to laugh my ass
that's
off.
going to probably be
But
with Gunther more than likely.
yeah. Um, but the thing is too, so like how, like with that Gunter match, like you can't. I mean, you build Gunter up so much, like how you gonna do that? How are you
I
gonna
mean,
have
you don't let
Goldberg
Goldberg
lose?
win,
Like,
obviously.
yeah,
You let Gunther beat him,
yeah.
but you gotta sell it right. You gotta make,
And thankfully Hunter's running shit, not Vince, because Vince would have had a Goldberg beat Gunter for the title already.
which is true,
Let's
sadly.
just be honest. But I will say that in the documentary for the Vince shit that was That was really mind
You
blowing.
ain't like when Tony Adams was talking about Pat Patterson touching on his pepper.
So I have a kid, right? Shit. So that
Those
scene
Tony
came
words, not
up.
mine.
That scene came up, right? And I was like, oh shit. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, you don't need to hear this.
Oh, I never said hot policy.
Like, she's like, I want to hear. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Um, yeah, I thought the documentary was it was kind of tough. You know,
For those that
I
know
don't,
Vince, we need to learn shit, but
yeah,
if he's a fucking freak.
yeah. I mean, I feel bad for the victims. Obviously, my hearts are with the victims, but you know, obviously it's still an ongoing case. So, I mean, I don't know. The latest they said that they're reaching trial now. They're going to go trial by January. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, it's a shitty situation, no matter where you look at it, and it's it's definitely a situation that I don't wish anybody upon because that's I think the toughest thing I've watched was like the Owen Hart fall. Just a documentary on that. I think what Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know if anybody's remember that episode. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the Dark Side of the Ring. Owen Hart's fall was definitely very, very tough to
Oh, that's
watch.
right. Ooh. See,
Yeah,
some of us actually watched that pay per view when it happened.
yeah. My dad he actually recorded the whole pay-per-view on a VCR because back then we had VCRs. Um, and I still have it in my room, and I looked at it the other day. I was like, and he's like, yeah, that's from the day, and I had to buy I had to buy a VCR on eBay or something because it's like I'm so interested to see how it went down from like an actual recording, you know, like without no cuts, no nothing. But it was definitely, I think it's up there with the Chris Benoit thing, obviously, because I was a kid. I was thinking it was like what 13 when the whole thing went down. Um, and and then my mom and my dad made me throw away Chris Benoit action figures, which I didn't even know what was going on.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on. They're like, no, you got to throw this away now. And at the time, you're like a kid, you're like, why, what's going on? And then, obviously, what happened, is what happened. Yeah, but yeah, the Dark Side of the Ring, though, I feel like it's a real good like learning experience, like just like from behind the scenes. But like, I don't really the whole behind the curtain thing for wrestling. I don't know if you guys watched that episode. I thought it was a little kind of weird. I felt like Rock in there was kind of lying a little bit.
A little bit. Man, lie his ass off.
Yeah, I kind of felt like he was lying a lot in that episode. Um, where he was saying like, "Oh, we went with the fans, what they thought." I'm like, I don't think so. I think you wanted your way.
Exactly what it was. He wanted his way and shit, and the fans of Triple H was like, nah, we not doing it.
Yeah. So like, was that like? Did you guys watch that episode? Did you think differently of The Rock? Like after watching that or not?
Well, I know the Rock's full of shit, so
Yeah. Yeah.
you gotta ask everybody else though, but
Oh, what does everybody else think? Oh,
you
you
be
know,
running away, you be all quiet and shit. Y'all come off of me, man.
What you say?
I was asking, when I was talking about behind the curtain episode of wrestling, right, for WrestleMania, I was asking, like, watching that, did that make you think differently of The Rock? Like, how he's perceived? Because obviously, like, my personal opinion, like, I felt like he was kind of lying a little bit on some of the things he was saying.
I mean, The Rock would always be full of himself. Like it's The Rock. Like he gonna think he created something and started something, and he knew the plan all along. Like it's The Rock, of course. All them dudes got big egos and want to seem like they know everything. Triple H, Stone Cold, like They all stretch the truth.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Then
think that.
he's lying.
Yeah. Are you guys worried about this years plan for WrestleMania? Like because obviously The Rock is still involved with creative. So I mean, is it an interest? Is it we're like a worry like damn he might get too involved this year, or the plan might change again?
It's
Uh,
Rock and Roman need to happen. That's first and foremost. Just
Hmm.
get that match out the
yeah,
way.
let Rock and Roman happen. Let's get Rock in the Hall of Fame finally and shit, and get your ass out the fucking ring, Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't
he
need
can
to.
definitely he definitely could still go. It's just it just has to make sense. If that makes sense, it just has to from a wrestling fan perspective. At this point in Russ' career, right? He's a TV, he's a movie guy, whatever, right? Like I am a big believer. You have the people back there who work 365 days a year, who are taking times away from their families and all that, and for to allow a part-time guy to come in and take away that moment from them is kind of stupid because obviously Cody can have a good match with anybody, but like all these people who are back there, like NXT are coming up and superstars are coming up, like KO and all of them. Like I really hope that Sammy would have won the world title by now. Because I love Sammy. I love Sami Zayn's character, like, and NXT days. But obviously they haven't pulled the trigger. I mean, Finn Balor's, character is kind of been disappointing. So I hope that they rely on the future stars who are there, like Johnny Gargano to MS Champion, instead of relying on past stars to sell tickets. If that makes sense.
I mean, these new stars gotta step their game up and shit, man. Make folks want to see them. I mean, nobody's gonna hand it to them.
Hmm.
Like I mean, that makes a lot of sense as far as the new stars not really getting a chance to really shine because these old heads keep taking shine away from them. But at the same time, it works twofold. Like the wrestling, like ain't shit promised to you.
Yeah.
If anything, they should look at it, okay, this person's getting on TV a lot and doing something. I should be asking them like, okay, what are you doing to help get yourself over and stuff. I don't think a lot of these newer people are asking like the old heads for advice and stuff.
Hmm. So you think they're like too full of themselves where they're like, I know everything. I've been here for a while. I'm good.
Yeah, a lot some of that does play into effect. I mean, that another reason why I have HBK as the goat and stuff, or it's my goat. Not
Hmm.
only the stuff he did in the ring, but what he's doing now, like helping bring these young folks up in NXT, man. Like imparting that knowledge to a Carmelo Hayes or a Trick Williams and the
I
stuff he's doing with the current women roster stuff, man. Like that's how it should work. That's how you further along the business.
yeah.
Taking the stuff that you know currently
Hmm.
and imparting it to these new people since you're not in the ring anymore. It does. You don't gain anything by keeping that knowledge to yourself.
Hmm. I do think that Melo. I think like my biggest thing with Trick is just his second title run better be great because his first title reign wasn't that great. I mean, I mean,
I agree.
I understand you're trying to like the whole thing with Lash. Like I'm a big proponent. Like if you meet your partner at work, whatever, that's fine, whatever. But you bring it into your storyline, better make sense. And at that time, it didn't make sense. Like him bringing Lash and this and that, where he's feuding Noam Dar. I'm like, I mean, bro, everybody knew that Noam Dar was not going to win that fight. Like, um, I just think that the whole thing with Trick is just, it feels like Mello is more of the star than Trick. Trick is
He
more so
was.
a mid card title
Mm,
winner.
okay.
And I feel like Mello is more of a world title caliber person than Trick, because Trick is more so the personality, where Mello is more so you know the you know the superstar, if that makes sense. Beyond, so it's kind of like a Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels situation.
Wow. Hold on, wait. Did I not say this some episodes ago, folks?
This nigga is punching.
Did I not say that?
Son, that is fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that is crazy.
Did I not say that?
I'm just being honest.
I'm talking about word for word. He said the exact same thing. That's crazy.
It just feels like that situation. Not to take away from Mello, but or a Trick, but I mean, I don't think everybody's going to be chanting "What's that Trick" forever. I mean, we kind of seen what happened with Joe Hendry, right? The dude was hot for a month.
Mm.
The dude was hot for a month. I mean, not. I mean, I don't think, and then he just got beat by Ziggler. I mean, or Nick Nemeth per se. Nick Nemeth.
You can
My
call me
bad.
Ziggler. That's
Nick
what we call
Nick Nemeth. I think that's his name. Um,
Your mama named you
and
Clay. I'm gonna name you. I'm gonna call you Clay.
yeah. So like,
Hold on, we punching on Joe
oh,
Hendry?
yeah,
You
but
heard him?
yeah. So like, if it was hot for a month, and then now we're not really hearing about Joe Hendry. We're not really
We don't
seeing.
believe you.
Like, yeah, I mean, I don't see anybody saying we still believe in Joe Hendry. I mean, we don't really see that. I mean,
Oh,
Do you
so
watch
like,
AEW too?
which one?
Do you check out AEW too?
I do. I don't really get some of the things they're doing. I don't really understand it,
Are you
but
following the takeover angle right now with
yes, I am. I think it's unique. I think it's kind of interesting. I don't really. Here's my thing: is it kind of, you guys remember the Authority storylines that they did in 2014?
mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like that way they did it with the Young Bucks, right? It really feels similar. It really feels similar, where they were being authorized, like this and that. You fire this person, this person, this person, you know, and they were to fire Christopher Daniels and blah blah blah, and now you know, and now they got like a takeover where it's, it kind of feels like, you remember when the Nexus took over WWE, and they laid out a bunch of people and blah blah blah, you know, and where they had they choked out Justin Roberts with his tie, which was very very
The
weird.
Dapper Yapper.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like the Bloodsport is kind of like not in the Nexus per se. It's just that's kind of where they're going. Like, where everybody gets out of the way. Like, oh shit, I don't want to mess with that group. Fuck no. I'm running. I see them. I'm going the other way. I'm running so fast you can't see me. That's pretty much how the Bloodsport is being per se. Um, I would say that the Bloodsport, the angle is kind of unique. I think that I don't, I, it's tough because like Daniel Bryan Amory career is over now, right? So,
I hope so.
obviously, I just think that at this point in AEW, there's so many segments and there's so many stuff that they're doing that they don't follow up on. Um, and it's just kind of,
Great pay-per-views, bad TV.
yeah, I mean, let me ask a question to everybody. When's the last time anybody seen Brian Cage? You know,
And he in our Ring of Honor?
yo,
I mean,
punch? Yeah, let's punch on AEW. Let's go.
I'm saying, but when's the last
That
time
boy,
anybody seen
that
Brian
boy
Cage?
Hearns
I
probably
mean,
gonna change the subject.
How you feel about
oh,
how you feel about the booking of Ricochet currently?
he can't talk. He has no mic skills.
Oh my goodness. Talk.
He has.
I might just have to book
Nah,
this.
I'm adding this brother to the Discord tonight.
I'm gonna have to recruit him for War Games. I'm not gonna lie to
He
y'all.
has no, and that's not to be disrespectful to Ricochet, right? He's a phenomenal superstar. He is phenomenal talent, right? His, but my brother, he cannot talk. He has no mic skills. Um, and WWE recognized that. If you remember, he had a segment with what was it, Adam Cole in NXT, where he was like going back and forth, and Anna Cole looked at him and was like, bro, what? was it was like, oh my god damn. And that was the moment I knew Ricochet. I was like, bro, if he goes to the main roster, it's going to be an issue. And sure enough, when he came to the roster, he was great for a couple of months, right? Man, when you remember him, he was great for a couple of months. And then, they put a mic on him, and then you're like,
You know what
yeah,
I actually think would be helpful for him? You remember what's the Lucha Underground? When he was Prince Puma. He should go back to that.
yeah.
He had the
What
mask.
he didn't talk.
Oh, you
Yeah,
talking Lucha Underground?
Yeah, like
I
that.
think that
He
he
would
was, he
be
was great.
fire.
He was great in that. He
Yeah,
was great in that.
character was powerful. It was kind of like Rey Mysterio, but like a dark Rey Mysterio.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'm talking in Lucha Underground,
He
did they?
wasn't talking.
No.
He just had that other gimmick though.
Yeah.
He was like
I think that
and stuff.
that's the biggest like knock on Ricochet his entire career. Like he just cannot cut good mic skills, regardless of when he was in NXT to regardless of when he was in the main roster. If anybody remembers that he was in the I think they put the IC title in for a couple months if I remember correctly, and then he lost to the Gunther. Like if anybody remembers his IC title reign, it wasn't that great. Not because of the matches.
It wasn't.
Not because of the matches. The matches were okay. The in-ring promos were not that great. like,
What if he?
so that's why, like, when everybody says, oh, how come they didn't get Ricochet any more, like, moments? They did. They did. They're like, they gave you the IC title. Obviously, you lost to Gunther. And Gunther went on to have, like, a massive reign, I think he brought respect back to the IC title because remember, the IC title was not doing that great. But my biggest thing with Ricochet is that he just has no promo skills. And I think that if you recognize that, right? If
If
you recognize that, right?
What if
Go
he
ahead.
joins they're doing the new Hurt business. What if he joins that? Because he got a mouthpiece with MVP that could talk.
I think that would help him. I think that would help him.
Oh, so you're saying Ricochet should join MVP group?
Yeah.
I think so because, like, at the same time, he just has no ability to cut good mic skills. He has no mic skills at all. He has no promo skills. And the biggest thing in
Why did they
wrestling is,
think of doing that in WWE though? Like that's crazy.
because at the point, like when he was in wrestling, in the pandemic era, they had MVP picked out
Yo.
his group that he wanted. He wanted Bobby Lashley, he wanted Cedric Alexander, and he was Shelton. That's the people he wanted. Ricochet was talked about, but Ricochet was still face, and WWE didn't believe that he could be, you know, a believable heel because he was still doing the flips and all of that. So he would have to change all his entire moveset, but it didn't really make that sense.
I mean,
So
you wouldn't have to change all of it. I mean, some of that stuff he can still use.
it would be like Kalisto turning heel. That's kind of how it could go.
Comparing Ricochet to Kalisto is crazy.
They're the same size.
I don't even think half the folks there know who Kalisto is.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. My bad. All right. My bad. I ain't mean to interrupt, fellas.
You're good.
No. Since you interrupted, like, I think now is a good time to announce this. We do now have a brand new Discord open. So those who are wanting to join, hit us up if you have Discord and get added to the group.
I have
It is
Discord.
new, so
We gonna add you, Touchgrass.
The reason why my name is Touchgrass is because some people on the Twitter app use Touchgrass. That's the reason.
I feel you, bro. They be taking it too serious. Yeah, they take it too serious, bro. They be going crazy, like, bro. Everybody got their own opinion.
Yeah. I would say that I got no problem with AEW, right? I will say that, right? AEW is at the end of the day because not everybody can be a part of WWE, right? Everybody has to go somewhere else, to get their wrestling. AEW's biggest knock on AEW is just the accountability, right? They have the accountability with their segments sometimes is not there. And unfortunately, CM Punk was right about that. Is you have too many people with talking heads that think they're in charge, and when you give them, that's what happens when you give wrestlers too much power, right? And that's not to disrespect any wrestler, right? Giving them power, but when essentially, what's his name? What's his name said it best? I forgot his name. When the boys that your brothers, right? Like you go to work with them every day, and they're your boss, but you're in catering with them. it takes away from accountability. And I think that's the biggest knock on AEW. And when Tony Khan recognizes that and, minimizes the Young Bucks' roles and allows somebody to go in there with, fresh eyes and fresh ideas, then I think AEW can flourish. But until then, I think the AEW is not going to flourish. And it's disappointing because,
So who would you recommend to give those fresh ideas?
I think Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe. I think once he retires,
Wow,
I think once he retires, Joe has a fantastic wrestling mindset. I think Samoa Joe will be great for that role. Um, I think
that's a name we did not bring up.
I think he would be great for that role.
I like what they were doing with Samoa Joe and Hook when he was with Hook. That was
Oh
fire.
yeah,
I think
that's
Samoa
another
Joe's
thing that pissed me off too. Is when
more
they took
pushing
the
our name.
title off of Hook. That's another. When Jericho won that, I was so like, fuck.
Oh yeah, when he beat, they were chanting, "Please retire" to Jericho too.
Yeah, and then
Jericho
another
was
thing with
another.
here's my thing. Jericho was one of my top tens, right? When he before he left WWE, right, and did his own thing, right. When he joined AEW, he started going down and down my list because the dude
Mm.
it cannot wrestle, and it's disappointing to see. It is so hard. It's so
You
hurtful
didn't
to
think
say that, but the dude cannot wrestle. It is so embarrassing to see him. I saw his match against Hook, and I was like, "This poor kid had to carry this old man for
But you didn't
10 minutes."
think his first year was powerful when he first joined AEW?
Oh,
When he was the
he was
women's
fine.
champion?
He was fine. Yeah, he was fine. He was fine. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. Usually you have like your sophomore stuff where you're like, okay, I didn't do great this year. Next year I'll do better. No, it got worse and worse and worse. And now it's to the point where just like, bruh,
So you're
I remember
retire.
Jericho
saying he
kids to
wrestled
tell him
his
like,
way
"Hey
out
man,
of
you need to
his
retire,
prime?
old dude."
Yeah. And then he's on a podcast saying, oh, I don't even lift weights anymore. I'm too brittle. I'm like, retire.
Yeah, he should
He
retire.
didn't say that, did he?
He could be
Yes.
creative or something.
He said I don't lift weights no more because I can't lift anymore because I'm too brittle.
Yeah, it's time to give it.
And I was like, I was
Yeah,
like,
that's time to retire.
I'm like, then retire. I was like, why are you taking up time from these younger stars that are in the AW because you can't lift weights and you can't be in shape? Retire. That's
I got
yeah.
an interesting take if we're talking about AEW right now. So AEW started this whole Forbidden Door thing, right? Do y'all feel like
Mhm.
Triple H took the idea and just did it better since they're working with TNA?
Yeah,
Ah,
definitely. I mean,
yeah, I think so. I think that it's great though, right?
okay, look,
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead, son.
I'll
Go ahead.
give Tony Khan some credit. He did introduce some. I mean, look at Stephanie. You know what I mean? He grabbed her up first. Uh,
Yeah, now she's in
I don't know.
she
I don't really know how the
NXT.
Forbidden Door stuff works. I don't know if it's like a we're gonna just test you
I
out. If we
mean,
like you, we're gonna sign you, or you know what I mean. But the fact that he did see Stephanie and he saw something in her, I mean, you got to give him some credit for that.
the way that it works is it's like, okay, say we have like different organizations and shit, and I got a pay per view event. And I open Forbidden Door, and I want to use some of your people on my show, and then vice versa, you use some of my people on your show. Because
Hmm.
originally AEW was working with TNA, because that's when Christian Cage was over there and shit, and a couple other people as well. It just seemed as though Triple H saw the idea, saw the potential in it, and just outdid it. Just did it better than Tony.
Well, I think too, if you look at it this way, right, that like the indies have always been a part of wrestling, right, ever since. We're talking about Mexico, you're talking about,
Yeah,
you know, Japan, all that. And I think that Hunter recognizes that the biggest thing to get wrestling younger, in per se, and to like get people into like the seats, into people like where you have to get people like not just for performance because we've seen some performance center signings that were hits and that were misses. Like some of them like to frat to like to green, like it's just but the biggest I think the biggest hit was probably Tiffany. Tiffany Tiffany ended up being a great hire, right? She ended up coming in. She knew the business. She knew this and that, and now she's doing fantastic. When we're
Tiffany,
talking about
what's Tiffany was talking about?
Tiffany Shrine,
Okay, okay.
yeah, so I'm saying she was with the PC. She was with the Performance Center. She got
Performance,
the
yeah.
signing. Yeah, yeah. So I think that Hunter recognizes that not you can't find people on the street like you want to, like where they're gymnastic or this and or athlete or this and that. You have to go in the wrestling business. They have to be 3 years in. You can't just expect a football player to come in and get it like that and
I
know this
mean,
business. They have to have a couple years in the indies. So I think that that's a great thing. You have them train in the indies. It's bringing like PCW over again, like
I mean
OVW over again.
that's
Like you
true,
allow them
but
to train,
also,
and then you come in, and then once they're ready, then you bring them in NXT, and then they're good to go.
I mean that is true, but also like they've got homegrown talent that didn't and never had to go through the indies. Like I don't think Brian Breaker ever went through the indies. I think he's straight from Performance Center to
hmm
NXT to now
Well,
IC
well,
champ.
well, it helped that his father, Rick Steiner.
Well, yeah, that too, but I don't. Yeah, but there's like other examples where like these folks didn't have like indie experience. They just honed their craft and stuff, and yeah,
hmm No, I see what you're saying. I
like
see what you're saying.
you don't always have to be an indie star to like, oh, we're gonna get eyes on you and see what's going on. Like Bianca Belair was never an indie star at all. In fact, I don't even think she watched wrestling until she actually got into PC.
Yeah. Well, no, I think she said she saw it a couple times. She just wasn't
Right, it wasn't her
watching.
thing.
Yeah. But once she got into it, it became, hey, I care about this. I want to make this better. And she
Yeah, but
has.
it took for her having to get in the business. Like she had no prior
hmm
like experience.
hmm
Same with Montez Ford. Montez Ford was never in the Indies.
Yeah,
He came from the military. He came from the military, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you would come from a background that has nothing to do with wrestling and just be a fan and you try out for this shit and then if you put enough work in, put enough hours into the craft, like the shit can work for you.
some people so talented and athletic. People like even like Ruka, like she never. I mean, but she's
I think she was a gymnast, I think.
She was gymnast, yeah.
Ruka.
Like Jade Cargill played basketball.
Like
Yeah,
all
she went to
damn near
AEW for a couple of years. I
80%.
think, if I
Yeah, but I'm
remember
saying
correctly,
prior to AEW, she hooped.
but also with Jade, I think she trained with Mark for a couple of years, and then she
No,
was able.
she trained with Cody.
I
Yeah,
think
Cody and then Mark.
whoever
Cody and Mark, I believe so.
Mark
yeah,
found
she
her, but she
discovered.
went to
Yeah,
Nightmare Factory.
yeah, yeah.
How you think about them the booking of Jade Cargill?
Well, she's still green. You know,
You want
she
my
barely
opinion?
came in. She barely came in a year ago. Um, obviously you can't expect too much. You gotta let them. You gotta let. Obviously, I do want to see Bianca and Jade like go on a match together, just because I think that's gonna help Jade get to where she wants to be. And obviously, she's not there right now, but she will be. And I think that like her presence in the business right now is something people are paying attention to because every time, because if you look at the match, like I just saw the highlights of Crown Jewel, that's what I've been watching for a couple minutes. If you look at that match in the Fatal 4-Way, every time Jade was in the ring, people were glued to her. Like people, like that, she has that presence kind of similar to how Beth Phoenix, right? Every time Beth Phoenix was in the ring, right, you paid attention like to her. You paid attention to her moveset. You paid attention to how she looked, how she walks. Underrated Beth Phoenix match, and I think a lot of people don't remember this. Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly. A lot of people didn't know Kelly Kelly could wrestle until that match. I mean,
So
so
I'm
like,
gonna give AEW a little bit of credit here.
hmm
AEW initially had the right idea when it came to Jade Cargill, and I say that to say this: like when she was in AEW, you constantly saw Jade doing what? Being in the ring having matches. They weren't long matches, but she was constantly getting matches. I don't think that she's doing nearly enough work in WWE to progress. I think, and Corey Graves actually said this, which is fucked up. She spends more time on IG than she does in the ring now, and I don't fucking like it. Like you being that green, you don't get any better unless you put the actual work in.
She should have went to NXT like we've been saying.
HBK would have had her working.
She would have been like on a Jada Parker type trajectory.
Yeah, she would have had a match with Roxanne Perez. She would have had those kind of matches with different styles of women work and
She
shit.
could,
Like she would,
yeah. She could squash a girl like Thea Hale. Squash a
yeah,
girl.
I
what she would
that's
have had.
that's another person whose character I don't get. Tia Hill. I really don't get the Psycho character.
Hey, that's
Oh
Fury
yeah.
Boo right
She
there.
just
I don't get that shit.
that's just
'Cause
one of those characters that's she's not gonna keep that character.
I hope
I
not, because
hope
that
not.
character is so whack.
A lot, almost everyone in Chase U is talented. They just got a corny character.
That Chase U group was so like. Every
I
time
get it. Like it's
They got
different,
some talented people,
but
but
it's not
it's just
powerful.
a
I think they pulled the trigger on Ridge too soon. Like that whole heel turn, I think they pulled it too soon. And they could have waited a couple. I think
Nah, they
because the
had to
roster's so
because if
thin.
you look at the landscape,
They don't have no heels.
yeah, that men's roster,
They had
there's no one for Trick to work with except for fucking
and that's the thing too. Like with Trick, like this second title
Ethan.
reign, I mean, I really think Ethan should have beat him. I really think, because I think that
Wow.
it hurt Ethan a lot now, because I mean, you
Well,
had
Ethan's
him.
got experience and shit, so like that doesn't knock him down too much of a peg. Pause. Like you could put him. Okay, it's cool. He lost a Trick. That doesn't mean he can't go fight whatchamacallit for the North American belt or do other shit in NXT.
Hmm. Yeah.
But as far as Trick, he needs someone to battle like a Ricky Starks, someone that can match a Mike skills and shit, and give him
And
a
that's
good
another
mic
guy
work.
who's on his way in too, Ricky Starks. So when he gets there, I mean, does he go to the main roster or does he go to NXT?
No, no, not Simpson main roster. No, 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 no. Hell no.
And the same thing with Penta and what's his name, the other guy, I forget,
Well,
Penta.
we're not gonna see them in WWE for another year
Yeah,
because I
because of
don't
that.
think they shit. Cause
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Penta
like,
hurt.
once they get in, are they going to NXT or are they going to do main roster?
Um,
Because they have the
they
same,
can. I mean, they can do either or.
they have the same amount of years as the Motion Machine Guns. They have like 20 years in the business.
I honestly know either or. Like, if they want Simpson main roster, I'd be cool with that. Similar Raw.
Yeah. So I think, and I just, I think with the whole thing with Ethan too, right? I think, we were talking about what's his name? Not Ethan, the other guy, Ricky Starks.
Hell, if you want to send Ethan to the main roster and shit, there's an opponent for LA Knight right there.
Yeah, I think Ellen Nash should turn heel. I really do. He has that heel
He's
persona.
better hit than babyface.
Yeah, but I think he should be heel. I think he should be heel. I think, I think they should. I think that he's gonna cut the heel persona. Like if you remember him and Ricochet feuded when LA was a heel, and he got that heel persona pretty good. He got that heel persona pretty good. I think that that's something they should look into when maybe turning him a heel. Cause I wonder how long this IC title reign is going to go on for. I wonder. And they had a good match, him and Carmelo and Andre, which Andre is doing fantastic, by the way. Ever since coming back to the main, to
I
the
hate his Titantron. I fucking hate it. I hate that
that
Titantron. Period.
Tantron
I
is
hate it.
so weird.
I hate it. Like, is that supposed to be T'Challa in the back? Like, what is that? Like, I hate it.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
I think that, I wanted to ask everybody a question here. I'm seeing a lot of people on my timeline complain about Bronson Reed getting pinned. Uh, I think it doesn't hurt Bronson Reed at all. Honestly, it does not. I mean, him getting stomped out 4 times makes him kind of look, damn, took him
No,
four stomps to get knocked out. Damn, that's crazy.
it makes him look that much powerful and
Yeah,
stuff. And
so,
then
you know,
he's got to beat stuff if they fight though. Again, like
yeah. I think that, man, I think the whole thing with Seth too, I don't know if you guys agree that like the whole thing with this toxic wrestling community, right, is like When Seth is not champion, everybody wants him to be champion. When he is champion, everybody hates him. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
Did people hate Seth as champ?
oh my god, my time was like, when is Seth gonna lose his title? When is Seth gonna lose his title? And when he did, they're like, oh, he should have kept it longer. I'm like, make up your fucking mind. Like, God. And the same thing right now too. Like, what? Oh, we hope Seth wins the Fatal 4-Way. When he does, why did he win it? I'm like, it's like no pleasing anybody with Seth Rollins. Then it's like a stitch. It's like when they do something right, and then 2 minutes later, people are like, oh, I don't like it like that. I did it exactly you asked. I wanted it this way. What? But I don't know. The whole Seth Rollins thing doesn't make any sense because I think people underrate him, and people I think don't appreciate his like him as in a presence in Raw right now because he is needed badly in Raw.
Rollins only get disrespected online.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't make any sense either because I think he's one of the, like he's one if we had a top 10 right now like after roster he'd be top 5.
Yeah. And we still gotta get that Rollins versus Punk match at WrestleMania. Like
I,
that's gotta
I
happen.
think that's happening this year. I think you're going to go Punk Rollins.
Yeah.
I think you know what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do Punk and Gunter at Survivor Series or Elimination Chamber. One of those two. One of those two. And I think they might do Gunter and Cena at Mania. I think that's what they might do.
Yeah.
I think that's what they might do. I think that's
So
what they might do.
So Gunther keep the belt all the way up to Cena and lose it down.
I think that's what they might do. I'm seeing it.
Fuck that.
They might have Cena break the 17
Oh.
at
We should be in here going crazy if Cena win that belt.
yeah, I think that's what they
Yeah,
might do
probably
because
bust out his free pebble shirt.
all signs are pointing to that happening, and I think that's what's going to
Right.
happen. That's
Yeah, Cena wins the belt again. We'll never hear the end of that shit. Like,
oh my
Bush
Never.
should never shut the fuck up
god,
then.
Boy, they used
you're gonna meet all Cena fans like yo, this is so great, la la la.
No, we won't.
Oh yeah,
Wait, how they
Not
said
gonna
Bonnie
see
had high blood pressure and she couldn't fight? Like, what the fuck? I thought
eating too
40 backed
much,
out.
eating too much jerk chicken.
I've actually had jerk
Man, what
chicken.
the
It's actually really good. Jerk chicken's really good. It's really good.
man, what the fuck? So they had a boxing card. Half the folks that were on it didn't fight because of high blood pressure. Like, what is this?
I think only 2 fights happened.
You gotta be shitting me.
Oh yeah,
It was
everybody
I'm
got a
glad I
refund
didn't
for
pay.
that.
I was going
Everybody got a
go.
refund for that, by the way.
Jerk chicken is amazing.
I was
It
going to
is,
go,
and
but
don't make it.
I'm glad I didn't pay my money for that.
Hey, you
Should
know
have
what
made the
food,
local move.
you know what food's really good? Is jambalaya. It's really good. Jambalaya.
This fuck. Yeah. Look, Suge might say, fuck this shit, never book another card like this again.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Av. I mean, come on, man. You know Av was gone. You know Av
That one was
ain't
sucking on ribs and shit.
20
I'm not
seconds.
fighting.
Av got like 20 seconds, bro. Like, you're not about to.
That
Niggas don't
fight
want to get
really didn't
embarrassed at
happen.
the.
That's crazy. I thought Suge was gonna really put hands on him.
Yeah,
Nigga, if I'm sure I'm putting hands on somebody, fuck
I
that. Like,
should, because
I lost
Like
all this
he was
weight and
unless
shit.
praying
Av would have
hard.
knocked
Damn,
him out in like the
I'm
first minute,
fighting somebody.
Yeah.
he,
Like
he got
Suge
to
was
knock
really in
Sugar
the
out in
gym for
the
that
first
Do
fight.
minute.
you guys watch boxing too or no?
Yeah, we fuck with boxing.
You
Well, I
said
fuck with
boxing?
boxing.
Yeah, I fuck with boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question
Okay.
for people who watch boxing, right? What did everybody think about the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight?
Haney got his ass whooped.
Okay. So I'm a
Badly.
Ryan Garcia. I'm a Ryan Garcia fan. Like I've been a fan. Like I'm not a proponent of his comments, by the way. I think he's stupid as fuck for the stupid ass comments.
Okay, okay, okay.
I think he's stupid as fuck. I think he needs to be he needs to get checked out because he's going through some bull. I think he's going through some shit, but doesn't excuse his comments. I think he's going through some bullshit, and I think that he's just going like I think he's drinking a lot, and I think that he's just kind of losing his mind right now. And unfortunately, it is what it is. And I think that
Yeah, he
he should be
crashing
held
out.
accountable. Yeah, he's crashing out. He should be held accountable, though. That's for sure. Um, I think that the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight was, like showed how underprepared Devin Haney was and taking this fight too light. I think he came into the fight too cocky. I think he got his ass whooped. And then Bill Haney saying that he's going to sue this and that. I think it's just ridiculous. Um,
Better nobody take Bill Haney serious. That fucking clown.
yeah, yeah. I think, but I just wanted to ask what everybody's opinion about, that fight was because, like, in my opinion,
So
I think that
here's the
I think
thing.
Devin came into the fight too cocky, and I think he got his ass whooped respectfully.
You knew he didn't make weight and shit anyway.
Yeah.
You took 1.5 million out of his purse.
Hmm.
You could have chose not to fight his ass off of that alone. So I don't want to hear any excuse and shit. And then as far as the whole like dirty samples and shit, from my understanding, one came back dirty and one came back clean, and then one came back dirty.
Hmm.
So that would explain like, okay, so either there was something wrong with the supplements the nigga was taking, or like that doesn't mean that he was actually like just dirty and shit. Like he just knew he was dirty.
Hmm.
And then we can't unsee Haney getting his ass whooped and shit.
Hmm.
Like that happened. Now you don't want to get in the ring and shit until they reverse that fucking loss into like a no decision, which they already did that now at this point. Like I feel like it's a lot of crime these niggas be doing lately and shit. Like the best way for Haney to get over this shit is get your ass in the ring and fight somebody else.
Hmm.
And then when Ryan's suspension is over, if you think you're that much better than dude, because apparently y'all done fought 6 other times before in the amateurs, fight him again. It'll sell.
I do agree.
I think we'll get to a point in boxing where for a while now, folks been saying how MMA is better than boxing because in MMA we're getting the fights that folks actually want to see as opposed to boxing taking 10 plus years or so due to the Saudis and shit booking everything up. But we still got a bunch of damn divas in boxing, man. Like, I hate that shit. Everybody think they fucking Floyd, man. They not.
Yeah. I think that boxing
That
in general, I don't know if you guys agree, it just kind of has fallen off for me just a little bit, where it is not as, like, we're not as glued in as we were before when Floyd was fighting, when Oscar was fighting, or, all these,
Well,
like,
you don't have that compelling star. Like
mhm.
the biggest star now we got in boxing is what Canelo
Yeah, and he doesn't really fight that much. He fights maybe like once a year.
once or twice, and Canelo picks and chooses when he wants to speak English.
Yeah, as a Spanish speaker, I can tell you that if Canelo speaks English. He just doesn't want to.
Right.
Yeah,
It was the same shit Anderson Silva was doing in MMA. Like, fuck you speak English.
yeah. I can tell you, I know I speak Spanish, right? So, I'm half Salvadorian, half Mexican, right? So,
Okay.
um, he just doesn't like to speak English sometimes, but he
Oh,
can
so
speak
you're. Oh, wait. So you say you're Mexican. Okay, so
Salvadorian. So,
Lucy can no longer say that DM shit because he'll fuck around and offend you.
no, he's good. I don't have a sense of this little. I take things lighthearted. That's so good. What I will say is that about like him in general, he kind of picks and chooses his fights based on the bigger money grab, what's gonna make him more money or that. And I think that's just at his point in his career now, where he's just like, is this gonna make me money? Is this gonna make me more money? Where people are gonna pay more money to see me fight? And I think that's at his point in his career right now.
Yeah, but there are a lot of these folks like that. Hell, Bud Crawford's like that too. Otherwise, he would fight Ennis, but he
Hmm.
don't want to fight that man.
Yeah, and it's the same thing that
That's
Floyd
crazy.
did. It's the same thing that Floyd did. Floyd kind of picked and choose when he was going to fight. I mean, when he waited 10 years to fight man, and that fight wasn't that great.
I feel like also with boxing and shit, like these promoters play a big thing as far as like when we get the fights that we want to see.
Hmm.
Like if I'm Matchroom and you're like Al Heyman and shit, like you're not gonna really want to work with me unless it's advantageous to you and shit more so than me. Like these boxing contracts be bullshit at times, man, and then it takes years to get shit settled to get the fights that we want to see. Like heck, we still ain't got Fury versus Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Like, what is the deal with Furry and Joshua? Is it because Joshua got knocked out that one fight?
Yeah, that plays a big part in it too. And Fury's got the rematch with Usyk in next month.
Okay, so
And
that
hell,
fight's just.
if he wins that, he's probably have to fight Usyk again and shit because then they'll be 1-1.
Mhm. So
And
that fight's just not going to happen ever, huh?
it's very unlikely that'll happen. Like that KO like ruined a lot of stuff for Anthony Joshua because
I can't believe you can knock them out. Like I was like, bro, what?
yeah, no one had dude beaten. Like no one had him beating Anthony Joshua.
Well, as a Hispanic, I was like, hey man, that's oh my god.
But
And I
personally,
think
I
he made
don't
like a.
got Fury losing his next match to Usyk. Like I think he beats him.
Well, if he takes it lightly, no. I mean, depends on how Joshua
Well,
comes out.
according
If
to
he comes
Fury,
out,
like he had a lot of shit going on, and I ain't gonna lie. I mean, also he played around that fight too, but I think he found out that his wife had a miscarriage and shit, like right before the fight.
oh really? Oh, that's
Yeah, like she was like 6 months, so she had to give birth to a stillborn.
oh man, that sucks.
So for one, like y'all got 7, like 8 kids, and so y'all started fucking like that. Y'all crazy,
Yeah.
but that was wild though. Wait, hold on, hold on. Nico,
Don't ask no
Nico.
questions. You see what's going
No,
on.
no, 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 no. Damn that I'm asking questions. There's a thing between being a fanboy and me. You were doing too damn much. You were not related to these people. So you a Fox 2 now?
Do you have the health records?
What the fuck? Really? That's what we doing. God, it's gonna be bloodline so bad. They don't know you.
Almost said something crazy. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
They
Oh man,
don't
rest in peace to
know
that
you,
brother.
man. It's okay. It's okay to be a fan, but come on now. You're gonna change your last name to Fox 2 now?
We here.
There's no we. It's them and it's you. YEW. You.
Y'all throw the ones
You
up in the
guys
chat
watch
for me.
You.
football too or no?
I mean, we can discuss it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh
man, I'm
look.
a Giants fan.
Good.
All right, look. Can I pray for your soul?
You should,
Okay.
cause yeah. Well, ugh.
Now
You
hold
know,
on. Before we go too far with the slander, y'all gotta state y'all allegiance to y'all teams. Who y'all teams?
Oh,
My
my team's
Niners.
ass.
My Niners. I just went to the game on to the Cowboy game. We won.
My team's ass. I'd say that now. Like I'm a Saints fan.
I
Me
had
and
so much
Lucci,
high hopes for you guys. I like
me and
was like,
Lucci are
oh,
in that boat. Like I hate it. Injuries have ruined our season. When we were healthy, we whooped the shit out of Dallas though, so I can hang my head on that.
Boog, what's your team?
Our champ is
Fly,
what?
Eagles, fly. Come on.
Oh, fucking out of here! I'm walking.
Yeah.
When the fuck you become an Eagles fan?
I live in Philly, bro.
Okay, yeah, I can't argue that shit. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
live in Tennessee. I ain't no damn Titans fan.
They ass. I wouldn't. If I was from Tennessee, I wouldn't be a fan.
Yeah, it's
Tommy
bad.
probably like the Chargers. Fuck out of here, Tommy.
Yeah, you probably
Hey
are a
man,
Chargers.
goddamn
hey man, they
Harbaugh
don't be
fan.
disrespecting Harbaugh over there. That's my coach over there.
Man,
You're
fuck
doing
Harbaugh.
oh, it's personal now.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't
Or,
like him
you
in
know
Michigan.
what?
Fuck him.
You know what? Fuck Sean Payton. Okay, fuck Sean Payton.
He not coach no more, so I don't care.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he coached the Broncos now.
Hey,
Nice
Fave.
try. You thought you had one, huh? You wrong.
Alvin Kamara. Fuck Alvin Kamara. Uh-huh,
Whoa.
uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh,
Whoa,
uh-huh, uh-huh.
whoa.
Yeet.
Did he just yeet me? What the fuck
Yeet.
is going on? No. You damn Romanites just sitting there just loving this shit. Y'all disgust me.
Hey, man, I'm a Raiders fan by association.
Man.
Raiders.
And
Yeah.
you know, they're waiting for Shadir Sanders. That's who they're waiting for.
Oh shit, they definitely tanking.
Hold on now. Hold on. We need
What?
Shador Sanders in MetLife. Hold on now.
No, you got Daniel
No, you don't.
Jones.
You got Travis. What's his name over there? From the Florida State. That's your
Hey,
future
this is a hot
quarterback
thing.
over there.
Everybody,
Oh, you mean the
I know
broken
niggas are gonna
ACL
hate me
boy?
for niggas are about to hate what I'm about to say. I'm not one of them Giants fans that hate that nigga that bad. Like, we just a bad team altogether. Like, how you lead the league in sacks
Really?
and can't stop a nosebleed? That shit is crazy to me.
Can I tell you interesting?
Hold
Can I tell you interesting stat? And I think you will be interested. Daniel Jones has thrown more picks than 30-yard passes this entire season.
Now, you ready
on.
for another stat?
It
Yeah.
could be worse.
We got the most
Y'all
drops in
could
the
be a
league
damn.
for wide receivers. Like,
Oh,
let's just put two
come
and two together here.
on. Oh,
It
man.
could be worse, man. Y'all could be Colts fans and shoot Anthony Richardson quitting ass.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
hurt me
can't
because
believe
I'm
he
a
said
Gator
that.
fan too. That
I
nigga
can't
is,
believe he said that. So I can't believe he said, can we talk about that? I cannot,
I got a lot.
I have never heard of an athlete saying, hey, I'm tired. I'm going to take me out.
I played football like that. That don't happen.
Yeah, I played football too. I played at safety and I played linebacker.
I played offense. I was a tailback. So yeah, there wasn't no. We didn't do none of that shit.
I've never
Especially
heard
as a
that.
quarterback, you never unless you are hurt. And if you are hurt, you got to stay on the ground.
You know
Don't
how,
even come
but
out to you.
do we understand like how disrespectful that is to your offensive line? Hey, we're blocking for you. You're going to run around and then you're saying, I'm tired. I'm going to go out. What?
Ain't no fucking way. I would block for you no more. Fuck that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, as a Gator fan, my dude, like, because everybody was talking about
yeah, now we
Richardson last year,
talking.
right?
Now we talking. Here, Gator fan.
Wait,
Y'all
you're a
hear that?
Gator? Wait, hold on,
Yeah.
wait. So if you're a
Yeah.
Gator fan,
I'm not a
you
Gator
fuck with
fan.
Tim Tebow.
I said as a Gator fan, like respected, right? I'm an Oregon fan. I'm an Oregon Ducks fan. We won today.
I hate you.
I'm a Gator fan, man. He hurt me with that bullshit.
Wait, hold on. He said he an Oregon Duck fan.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't even want to tell you my college squad is because I don't want to hear this shit.
Is it Florida State?
Fuck no. Ohio State.
Is it Penn State?
No, it's Ohio State, man. Y'all
Uh,
got us by one.
um, I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are war today, huh? You guys are worried over there, huh?
Man, just because y'all play weak ass Michigan don't mean shit.
Hey, we beat you guys. What do you mean? I didn't tell your quarterback to slide.
By one.
I didn't tell your quarterback to slide.
Yeah, that was some dumb ass shit though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh man.
I
Um,
was disgusted by that nigga for that shit.
I can't, bro. When that play happened, like we're at the house, right? We're watching Oregon, right? With my girl, with the kid. We have our Oregon gear. We're like, oh man, and they don't get
Why
the
the fuck y'all
touchdown,
had
right?
Oregon gear
He
on?
misses the touchdown, right? Wide open. Fuck. Kicks the field goal. We're like, ah, bro, it's 1 minute 12 seconds. We're like, ah, this is too much fucking time. And then the BS, and then the penalty. We're like, okay. And they're like, he scrambled around. He slid. I'm like, bro, like this guy slid. I was like, what? Oh man. Yeah. that was an interesting night. I was like, this guy slid. And then I look on Twitter, Ohio State friends are going nuts. This motherfucker slid. That's how my night
Fucking
is. I
slide
was
damn time left,
like,
man.
I was like, oh man, but yeah, that Penn State man, that pick six, I was like, damn. Ohio State State might get cooked, but you guys came back.
Well, our offense ain't what it's been the last 2 years, but our defense keep us in games. So I ain't
Yeah.
tripping off that. As long as we beat Michigan and shit, man, we'll figure it out.
What happened with Florida today? Because you guys were up against Georgia, and then you guys, what happened?
Yeah, Gator
Uh,
fan, what
fucking,
happened?
um, our starting quarterback pulled his hamstring or something, so he left the game on a cart. And the freshman quarterback was terrible. We ain't scored a point in the second one. Nah, I'm lying. We scored a touchdown. But shit, they just
I was about to say you
played
did score a
Georgia
touchdown. I
football.
remember that.
Yeah, they just played Georgia football, man. We had them niggas though. I ain't gonna lie. In the first half, I was kind of shocked at the way Carson Beck was playing. I was like, damn, what the fuck? I haven't, and trust me, I don't expect much out of my Gators these days, but they were shocking the shit out of me today on defense. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
we
I
just
guess
couldn't
held them to
sustain it for 4
6 points. I was
quarters.
like, what? And you
Yeah, it
guys
was
were
a
up
fluke,
13 to
man.
6 too. You guys were up 13 to 6.
They gave me hope for next season at least. Like maybe we'll get back on the right track, but
You guys got to fire
it
that
is what
coach.
it is. Yeah, he's out of here. I'm
Okay,
gonna make sure
this undefeated
personally that
game
he's
is
not
actually
there.
giving me hope.
I want
What do
that shit.
you?
I'm
And,
gonna see
Hey,
how
yo,
bad.
hey, don't be talking over there, Ohio State. Your Ryan Day coach is on the hot seat this year too.
Of course he is. He'll get fired if he don't beat Michigan.
Yeah, Ryan Day.
We gotta beat Michigan and we gotta get in a college playoff. Like I ain't saying we're gonna. Well, I would love for us to win it, but shit, I just gotta make sure we don't play Georgia or. I ain't really worried about nobody else but Georgia. To be for real, for real. And we had Georgia as beat the 1 year we
I
played them.
don't. Yeah, I don't think Oregon plays Georgia this year.
I don't. I don't. Unless I give it a like championship.
Yeah, but I don't even think like because I was talking to somebody right, and I don't even think that even if we go like 12-0, I don't even think we're gonna be making it at all.
Now y'all gonna be in there. Y'all gonna be in the college championship shit.
Mhm.
hey, yo, touch of grass.
Eat, eat,
Where, where you from, my man?
Not the
Bay
fucking.
Area.
Oh, okay,
Yeet.
okay. You from where from? All right.
Yeah, B. Yeah, the
Oh,
reason why I like
sexy.
Oregon is because I used to live in Linden, Washington, and I used to go to
Word.
Oregon games every year. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But if I
Oh,
had
that
not,
makes you
go-
a
if
Husky fan.
but here's the thing. So I'm an Oregon fan, but my parents are Notre Dame fans.
Mmm.
Notre Dame. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Fighting Irish.
yeah. Which that coach that Notre Dame team is yeah.
Cool.
No, you said Basura.
They're real shit. Yeah, our last three games are interesting because we were playing Maryland, which that should be a walk in the park. Wisconsin, and then we're playing Washington the last game.
Winnable games. Winnable games.
All winnable games. So reality, we should go 12-0. The game that shocked me the most that we like at least skated by was probably the Boise State game.
Not, that doesn't surprise me because Boise State, that running back is a fucking problem.
Bro, he gave us so much issues. Like we could not stop the run. I was like, we might be cooked this game, and then we barely won. I was like, oh my
I want to
god.
say, dude, like, in the run for the Heisman this year, ain't
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Travis Hunter says some stupid ass takes on my bro. Don't be salty because you ain't winning shit this year. He's like,
he? Yeah, it's a ball game.
he's like, if I get 56 carries, like Alshon Jentry, I would be Heisman. I'm like, no. You already
Who you think gonna get Heisman?
Genty.
Yeah,
Yeah, gotta be. That nigga is going
he's
crazy.
wilding, yo. Every game, like
It's just so rare for a
And
running
also,
back to
and
get
also
the
another
Heisman,
thing,
though.
Travis Hunter missed a couple games. Genty hasn't missed a game at all.
what he
So
like 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah.
he's,
Going
well,
going
You know, he might
crazy.
be five. He might be
bro.
like 5'10",
If I'm
yeah.
hey, if I'm New York Giants, I'm looking at him like, hey, that might be our Saquon replacement.
Y'all do need one. Y'all,
It's too soon. Too
y'all
soon,
need a
man. Too soon.
quarterback. No. Let that man punch. He ain't told a lie yet.
They need a quarterback. Daniel Jones ain't
You
it.
have Daniel fucking Jones.
I'm gonna tell you something so sad. I'm
Matter
gonna
of
tell
fact,
you right now.
y'all keep him.
You're keeping Daniel Jones for
Oh,
2 more years. I'm telling you
Yeah,
that
sure.
right
You
now.
just paid that man. Y'all in the
They're
same boat the Cleveland Browns
and you
in
know,
with
and
Brett
you
Hundley.
want to know why? It's because that GM of
We
yours
beat
is
the Browns.
no that no. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. And I want you to. Your GM of yours is too proud to admit that he fucked up, so he'll let him play in the last 2 years. That's why.
But this ain't even about the New York Giants, though. We don't even gotta talk about them like that.
Oh, you heard where he changed the subject.
So you don't want to accept that he's gonna play for 2 more years for you guys, huh?
Oh no, brother. This is it. What y'all see this year? This is it. I promise.
I'm telling you right now, he's gonna play 2 more years in New York because your GM is too proud to admit that he fucked up.
Nah, he fucked up for sure. I think what they was banking on was they was going to be able to move up in the draft to get Jaden Daniels, and that just didn't happen. So it is what it
Damn.
is, man.
You guys
that
could,
brother balling.
or you guys could have got Drake May.
Wait, hold on. Drake.
He
Who the hell
he
here's a damn Patriots fan?
I mean, Drake
I'm a
May.
Patriots fan.
I'm not a pitcher fan.
he not he not doing bad.
He's not
He
doing
doing
bad.
okay
He's
for
not.
the for the system he in.
That
Like
Yeah.
team is shit.
No, we're talking about dropping balls. No Diddy.
Yo,
I'm taking Drake May over Anthony Richardson right now.
Everybody relax.
I'm sorry.
yeah, Anthony Richardson, dog shit.
Bro, you know what his percentage was? Guess how much his completion percentage this
44%.
year? 40% now. It went down 4% last week.
Shit,
Listen, I
shit.
said during the draft as a Gator fan, when they start talking about him going in the top 5, I was very confused. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Just because he can
Like, don't
run
get me wrong.
fast
He
and
not
work.
trash, but he can throw far. Like, that's all it was.
Don't mean
He can
shit.
throw the ball far as hell. So they said, fuck
And
it.
he can
We
run.
want him.
He can't, I mean, he can run. He
I think
just
we
can't.
won like 2 games with that nigga.
Yeah,
The dude go
I didn't understand that too because I remember Anthony Richardson in Florida. He was great, but wasn't
He
consistent.
was cool. He should stay another year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and
was,
then we had a backup quarterback that they was playing more to him at the time too. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't. It was like,
oh yeah,
What,
because
Trav?
damn,
you guys were doing that switch thing. You guys were switching him and on and off.
yeah. We had to do it with Dredge that was playing quarterback most of the time. That's why, like, till this day, it shocks me that he went that high in the draft.
It's
I still don't
combine,
get it.
man.
It's that
Combine
thing,
can sh-
it's like the Zach Wilson thing. He had a good combine. They're like, oh, he's it.
Yeah, but Zach Wilson's a victim of being on a shit team.
I meant to say this though. I am going to end the space in like 5 to 10 minutes
I
just
bet.
because we running like 4 hours right now.
Damn,
God damn it.
not expecting that. But we got Discord up and shit, you know. We continue to talk shit in there.
I'm done.
God damn, this nigga hit me hard as hell. I'm playing Undisputed right now.
Now we glad you came up though, bro. For real, you came up here punching. That's what we always like when people get to punching. We love it.
Bro, like I said, Twitter, sometimes people take me too seriously and just realize that, hey, we're on here just a vibe, you
Oh
know?
no, it's all friendly phase and shit. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
man, we cool.
Yeah.
We cover
We
everything.
got trivia night coming up soon. And yes, there actually may be some AEW questions in there.
Oh shit. Damn, so we cheating out the gate
Gonna be
No.
interesting to see who get those right.
Touch
Yeah, I
grass is gonna
mean,
punch on y'all.
there's some
Fact.
there's some WCW questions in there definitely, and there
Big
are some
fact.
ECW questions.
Oh yeah, he taking it back to the old era. I like it.
Oh, I'm covering different shit. Yeah,
I got a question for everybody here. What was the worst WWE segment you've ever watched in your life?
worst segment.
Hmm.
R-Truth coming out dressed like Uncle Sam.
Oh my
R-Truth coming out as a
god.
Confederate soldier.
That's for sure top
Oh my! I didn't expect that.
And then he got beat up by Gunther right after on like July 4th or something, I believe. It was literally like
Yeah,
July 4th.
Oh,
R-Truth dressed Confederate soldier. That shit
Came
pissed me off.
out. R-Truth has like
I'm
a
like,
top
why you
5
got this shit on?
that was bad.
I'm sorry. That I didn't expect that answer. Oh, I forgot about that. Damn.
A
Yep,
close
that happened.
second place is anything involving a 24/7 belt.
No, you know what was the worst segment, guys? When Bobby Lashley met his sisters.
Oh,
Hmm.
Wait, what?
that's cringy. If you ain't seen
Yo,
it,
I
if you ain't
forgot
seen it,
about
look it
that
up.
one.
On it's
I
Yeah.
thought you were saying Bobby
Wait, you said when
Lashley was
Bobby
fucking
Lashley met his sister?
Yes.
Lana.
And the wigs, the blonde wigs, the guy with
Oh,
facial
Oh, I
hair.
got a punch for this.
Yeah, that was like years. I remember. That was like years.
yeah. One of the dudes
That,
from what's the AEW tag team? The Acclaim. He was one of Bobby's sister.
Yeah.
So that just lets you
you
know.
mean the game?
Bro, look it up,
No,
bro.
not Matt.
It's
I'm
That
telling
was
you
Matt.
right now, if you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. I'm telling you, you'll be like, what the fuck?
it's one of the most. It's probably like
It was that. That
Matter of
was
fact, quick
it's
question
not.
for you.
It's I
Quick
think
question.
Katie Vick is still the most. That's
Oh,
probably
we don't talk about that. Oh, no, 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 no.
that's still probably the worst one. But
I was about to say, see, I was gonna say Kane too. I ain't gonna hold you. That segment was
Uh,
wild.
Oh,
it's
you know
not
what
really
segment was
Kane
wild?
though.
You know what segment was wild?
Wait.
When Kane kicked Lita's baby into the crowd.
Oh yeah, that's another.
Oh
That's
yeah,
another
like
good one.
football.
He punt kicked. Yo, what was Vince doing?
yo, Mark
Punt
Henry
kicked
has
the baby.
this scene
Oh,
in a
I thought
movie.
you were gonna say the Mae Young shit.
Yeah, the May Young.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no.
another
This
one.
even worse. I think
You know.
what fucking movie was this shit that Marlon Wayans was in? And Mark
Oh,
Henry has a
white chicks.
prison scene.
Like,
No, Mark Henry has a prison scene with this white
what?
dude.
Oh yeah.
What? For real?
Oh
Let
yeah,
me
that was
find it.
He's
that
like,
was in like
oh my
Nah,
god.
that was like in
He's
house
like,
call.
come
I'm
over
not gonna
here.
repeat what Mark Henry
He's
said to the
like, come
man.
over here.
I'm not gonna repeat what that man
Oh my
said.
god. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was nasty.
That shit was hilarious. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh
I
man.
remember when Mae Young gave birth to fucking Anne.
To this day I don't understand what the fuck that means.
Oh man.
It's a wrestling term giving birth to a
That was
hand,
so disgusting.
but what the hell?
And then on the 25th anniversary of Raw, they have that same guy. They have a guy dressed up in a hand fucking outfit. I was like, oh my god. I was like, ain't no fucking way, bro. Y'all need to
I
chill.
found it. I found it.
Oh, the fucking sister section.
No, the Mark Henry prison scene in this movie.
Oh no. Oh no.
Another wild segment was
Oh,
when Big Boss Man he like invaded the Big Show's dad's funeral, and he
And you know what was even weirder is that was actually his freaking dad's funeral.
yeah he took the casket. That was one of the
alright,
crazy.
if y'all the Discord,
I'm like, all
look in where it says the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's posted. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a
Oh my god, I remember this.
We here.
yeah. I remember that.
And on this note, oh my god, there's no way this is real. Uh,
He did that in
I'm
the
getting
movie, yeah.
sick to my stomach.
Hey, I'm
When
telling you
he
guys, go
told that
watch
man,
that Bobby Lashley sister segment. You're gonna be like, what the
he told that man to get off the phone and
Yeah,
ah,
yeah. Marlon Wayne's had Marquise Wild.
dirty
Marlon
fucking
Wayans is
smoke.
crazy.
Pile on the white rabbit. Pause. Wow.
Man, what's this episode? Episode 20, man. Crown Jewel recap. Thanks for
Yeah,
everybody
that
tuning
was story
in, man.
time, real brief.
The comment, the like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff.
Shout out to Touch.
Yeah, y'all got a
Shout out
lot
to
this
shout out to
episode,
Touch
man.
Yeah.
Shout
Grass,
out to
our
Touch Grass.
first. You know what I mean? Call up guest
Facts.
in history.
Yeah,
You made history. Touch Grass, our first call up.
Yeah, I have a hot take too before we sign off. Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Wait, you put
that's
pineapple on pizza? What?
No, I'm saying does not belong on pizza. Doesn't belong on pizza.
I'm not mad at
Oh,
it.
Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza at all. It's a damn fruit. It's a damn fruit.
I,
Leave it alone.
I ain't had it in a
apple.
while, but I used to rock with it.
I
What fruit?
won't order it, but I eat it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Get a slice or two.
You put apples
Like
on
if you
pizza?
had it there and I was hungry, then yeah.
Apple, I don't know. Pineapples just work. Like you can't do any other fruit. Pineapples just
yeah.
like
Why would you put any other fruit on a pizza anyway? That's just crazy.
I had a friend of mine. We went to Hawaii, right? And he ordered a Hawaiian pizza, and he asked, "Hey, can I get 4 apples?" And I was like, "What for?" And then this motherfucker in front of in Hawaii cuts apples, peels it, cuts it, and puts it on a pizza. And I'm like, "Move!"
So he
And
made
then
it. He made a dessert.
everybody in the restaurant looked at us like, I was like, "Bro, you're up there." I was like, "No," and I fucking walked out. I was like, "I can't." I walked out.
He
Yeah,
didn't turn his pizza
worst
into a
moment of my life.
dessert.
Worst moment of my life. I've never been more embarrassed in my life than that moment right there. I was like, even the people here in Hawaii are mocking us. This is ridiculous.
Whoa, okay. Oh, you think you? Oh, I bet.
But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here. Like my boy Tommy said, like, comment, subscribe, join on the Discord. We gave y'all a lot this episode for sure.
Yeah, there's gonna be some clips.
Oh, so many clips for sure. But like we do every week, I'm gonna sign us off with MJF. You know what to do, brother.
You fucking mark